going, everybody? Welcome.
Hi,
Welcome.
folks.
It is Friday night here on Saving Throw, and that means you are watching Wildcards, which is our Deadlands Reloaded show.
That's
we
our
will
show.
be taking a tour through the dark and supernatural and spooky places in the Weird West and the depths of the human soul.
Oh.
Using the Savage Worlds rules system. So welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. We're excited to have you here. We're excited to be here. All of us. 100% of us are here, and we're very excited about that. Speaking of which, let's meet everybody. My name is Jordan Caves-callarman. I'm the marshal around these parts.
That's Jordan.
And, hi, yes, Jordan Caves-callarman. Hello.
He was asking.
Jordan,
Pleasure
hi.
to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet
Oh, you didn't know? Hi, yeah, I'm Jordan.
I knew.
Jordan
He
Caves.
was
You knew?
asking.
Okay, well, let's just meet just in case, because I think your name's Dem.
Very hands.
Dem, Garav, Megan, and I, and also the other guy who's definitely here. We're going to be playing some Deadlands Reloaded tonight. Let's meet everybody. But,
Okay.
guys, I don't want to pretend anymore. Jordan Pridgeon's not here. He's
Yeah.
not here
What?
tonight.
We should let you know ahead of time.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the tip. And also, before the show, let us also thank Shimmickson for the tip. I Shoot First 13, thank you very much for the sub. BSB Care, thank you for the tip. And Vampire 54, thank you for the tip. But also,
guys.
Double Up Omega, thank you for the tip.
54, where are you?
So, as I was saying, while I go back to updating this document, let's meet everybody. So I want you guys to tell these fine people in chat your name, your character's name, and what your character's most prized possession is. What is your character's most prized possession? And let's start with Dom Zook. Introduce yourself, Dom Zook. Tell everyone your name, Dom Zook.
My name is Dom Zook, Siamath, Piernkoff. Thank you so much for the 9 month reset.
Yeah, thank you. Happy 9 months.
Subs, if you guys are subbing, please let a mod know who you want to give your reroll to, or you can hang on to it and give it to another show, another player on another show. But please let a mod know. We do not have anyone right now in here
No, we don't.
doing that.
No, we don't.
Just Harold.
So I am monitoring what I can, but I am not reading chat. So send your stuff to a mod, please. Okay. My name's Tom Zook. I played James Bogue, the gunslinger, and his most prized possession would most likely be his pipe.
His pipe.
Which was actually his grandfather's pipe. So the man,
And you've mentioned that previously, haven't you?
the man who taught him everything he knows. And so, yeah, his most prized possession is his pipe. He can get a gun anywhere. Although, it is not a trademark weapon if he gets another gun.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't think we talked. You took the trademark weapon Edge,
Yes.
but we never talked about really what that means.
Hey.
Gojira!
Thank you.
Gojira.
0307, thank you very much for the resub.
Thank you.
Your trademark weapon is your revolver.
Is my, yes.
Have you named it?
I have not. He does not name weapons.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
just his trademark weapon.
Yeah.
He knows it by feel, not by name, but by feel, by touch.
Yeah, I haven't quite worked out. There is I have a bit of a description for the weapon, but I haven't 100% honed it to where I want it to be. But I will put that out in the Discord.
When you do hone it,
Yeah.
put it on Discord, but also post it on your character's Twitter page as well.
I will.
I have a question for you about that pipe.
Ooh.
On what was the occasion upon which your grandfather gave you that pipe, James Bogue?
His deathbed.
His deathbed.
Yeah.
Bequeathed the pipe to you on his deathbed. And why? Why did he give you his pipe?
That's all he had.
That's all he had.
Yeah, literally in the Civil War, where we were, the Confederacy basically you took the land away from my grandfather and used it for military purposes. When he died, he had nothing. He was merely living there, almost kind of as a sharecropper, if you will, not slaves or anything like that, but just he was living for the Confederacy and working the land for the Confederacy, but it was not anymore his land. So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, we learned a lot. Real quick, since we are running things, we don't have anyone running things behind the scenes. Vampire 54, will you please let a mod know whether this message you attached to your tip is something you would like as a toast or if it was just a fun message, please let them know. Right next to Grandpappy's pipe, Courtraw, thank you very much for this.
Courtraw, hey, good to see
Courtraw.
you.
Right next to Grandpappy's pipe, we've got...
Hi, everybody. I'm Gaurav, and I'll be playing Howl Melton, the consummate. I missed 1 week. Consummate frontier gentleman.
Oh, wow.
So it's
That's
only the
how it
weeks that
works.
you're present for that you count?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gaurav was not with us last week.
Yeah.
We did a flashback to the early days of James Bogue meeting Rosaline and Gabriel Pryor for the first time with
Well, it
special guest
wasn't
Rick Budd.
Gabriel
It wasn't. It was Thomas. Oh,
All right.
But Gaurav is back this week. So Gaurav,
Yes.
what is Hal Melton's most prized possession?
Hal Melton's most prized possession is a small wooden cross that he was given to him by his father. His father was actually quite a religious man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hal is
and-
not very much of a religious man.
No, not at all. No, he doesn't feel that way at all.
Is that because of the relationship he had with his father?
I believe part of it has to be. Yeah, his father was a very religious man, and he tried to force it into Hal, but it never really stuck. And but this cross is all he has left of his father. This was a gift given to him that he kind of treated with resentment and hid away, just kind of like tossed it in a box until his father died, and he felt bad, and he's like, well, I should keep a part of my father, whether or not I agreed with it, on me at all times.
So it's something you wear.
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
going to say, if it was a decorative wooden cross that was up in your
Oh,
home,
no.
it is gone because your
Yeah.
home burned down.
That
Remember
would
that?
be gone. It's on a chain. He put it on a chain, but he doesn't wear it around his neck usually.
Okay, where does he wear it?
It's just in his backpack most of the time.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's an anklet.
so right next to to his father's cross of shame, we have me. But if we go past me, we've got...
Me! Hi, my name is Meghan Caves, and I play Rosaline Byrne. And I think that her most prized possession is a set of diamond earrings that was her great-grandmother's that has been passed down. They're very valuable.
Why does she have those?
Her mom gave them to her.
Her mom gave them to her?
Actually,
because I
probably.
believe if I read Rosaline Byrne's Wikipedia entry
probably
correctly, she did not have a great relationship with her mom. It seems like her mom would have much rather bequeathed those to Rosaline's older sister.
Yeah, well, I think that her mom gave them to her.
Yeah, well, maybe shut up, Jordan.
Her mom doesn't miss them.
I see. So she gave them to you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Her
Gotcha.
older sister doesn't need them. She's a jerk.
Gotcha.
Big jerk. Yeah, also she really likes her knives, Marion Scarlett. She does name her weapons, so very important.
But she does not have the trademark weapon edge.
No, she does not.
She's just sentimental like that. All right. Nice. And Jordan Pridgeon is not here tonight. He is performing in a live stage RPG tonight. But if he watches this later on, I would very much like him to sit at the computer monitor, introduce himself, his character's name, and I would like him to say aloud in an empty room what Gabriel Pryor's most prized possession is.
Jordan, it's a bit. So
you have to do it.
You have to do
You
it.
have to do it. Please film it and put it on Twitter.
Yes, thanks.
So let's get some bookkeeping out of the way up top. Guys, we here at Saving Throw, we are not a bought and paid for establishment. We do not have, we'll say like Microsoft or like your Southern Bell or your AT&Ts.
We don't have any Tide ads yet.
Behind us, we do not have any Tide ads. We have nothing behind us but ourselves. We are entirely run by and for you guys who are watching there. So if you enjoy what we're doing, if you're having a good time, if you want to support us and you want us to continue to make awesome content to entertain you, hopefully, then please feel free to tip during the show. All of the cash tips that we get during the show go towards unlocking reward tiers that can have a fun effect on the game being played. And if you would like to check those out, you can hit !unlocks in the chat window to see a list of what rewards can be unlocked for tonight's game. You can also hit !tips in chat in order to get a link to the tips. And in case you didn't hear it and you came in late, we don't have anyone running anything behind the scenes for us. So if you guys sub or resub tonight, please let one of the mods know who you would like your piece of cursed Spanish gold to go to at the table, and they will make sure to relay that information through the proper channels. And eventually we will receive a telegram here in studio that will let us know how that. There it is. There it is.
Came in.
It's coming in.
It's from Western Union. B.
You're just gonna read. You're gonna read the whole telegram from
how's
Ed.
that gonna go?
Also, if you guys want, you can also make us do a toast. You can make us do a toast. So if you'd like to, you can use some of your gold, which is the free currency you earn just by hanging out in chat. For 500 gold, you can redeem a toast. We already have 3 of those gold toasts redeemed. There are 2 more available. And then after that, toasts become cash only. So the $5 toast has already been redeemed. So the next one was $10 and $15 and so on from there. And I think, is that everything we need to hit up top?
I think so.
No,
You said 3 have been redeemed?
3 of the gold toasts have been redeemed, by my count.
Okay. It's hard to tell because my thing says all of these toasts are from a month ago.
Nope, I got 3 gold toasts that have been redeemed.
Okay, one should be from Vampire 54, who says that.
No, you don't say what the toasts are.
No, I'm not saying the toast, but I'm saying that that message was a toast.
It was a
but
toast.
They also left a gold toast.
Okay, yes. Cool, I am showing that. So
And then, we just got another one. So, FYI.
One left then.
Yeah, we got another one. I heard it.
yeah. Okay, only 1 gold toast left.
One left.
And
Get it
the
in.
cash toasts are now at $15. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing.
I shoot first gives their sub reroll too.
Telegram.
A telegram for Mr. or Mrs.
Mrs.
Rosaline Byrne.
Yes!
Miss Rosaline Byrne.
She's
Thank you
married
very
now.
much. Thank you very much. What
For
happened?
the purpose of this telegram guy, he keeps hitting on her.
Gojira0307 gives their sub reroll too.
Telegram.
For Mr. or Miss.
There you go.
I noticed last time.
James Bogue.
For Miss James Bowe.
Because you're a mystery.
And a final lady I've never seen.
Cortra gives their resub reroll too.
Telegram.
Mr. or Miss
Howell.
Oh.
Howell Melton.
Thurston Howell III.
Thurston Howell Melton III.
Thurston.
His nicknames get longer every time he's in a fight.
Cymath is holding on to their reroll.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And that's all I have right now.
Great.
right.
Thank you guys very much for those. And let's go over a couple of. No.
Okay.
What?
You're the boss.
Let's saddle up.
All right.
Oh.
Would say we draw some fate chips.
Oh, okay.
So is the legend chip in there?
The legend chip is not. The legend chip is
No, we
gone.
drew it.
It was drawn and used.
Yeah. We have to tell a story.
3 fate chips for Rosaline Byrne.
One is blue. Oh. And white. And white.
Very dramatic. And if you guys want to know how the fate
Alright.
chips work, you can just check the card as it
All right.
swipes through beneath us.
Toasts are closed.
Gold toasts are closed. Thank you guys very much for
Thank
those.
you.
I got. Wait.
3 white chips for Hal Melton and James Bogue. Draw 3 fate chips for yourself.
I see there's a little.
All
I
right.
closed them.
Well,
Someone snuck in there. Nice work.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I noticed that there's a little bit of internet problems going on right now, so it might be a little shaky, but
the
hopefully it
internet.
will pick back up again. I got a blue and 2 whites.
Blue and 2 whites.
Me too.
And I get to draw one for each person at the table. There's only 3 of them tonight, so I only get 3.
Oh.
Well, that's not even
That's right.
fair.
You can't count Harold.
I cannot count Harold. Harold is here. I got a blue, I got a red, and I got a white.
Wow.
How about that?
America.
Also, real quick,
Or France.
how many pieces of cursed Spanish gold does everyone have individually?
6.
6 for James Bogue. Hal
4.
Melton. 4. Rosaline Byrne. 5.
5.
And I am not telling, but I have some. We have 6 plot armor tokens
Illegal.
available on the table. We have a cursed Spanish medallion you can snap in half in order to get a lucky break, in order to give 2 of your foes a very lucky
We'll do
break
that
down
in
the
season
line.
5.
And, yep, maybe, at this rate. And there is a tragic ally token that you can use at any point to get some help from a very tragic ally.
I'm scared of that one.
Don't be scared.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
scared.
We got some things unlocked. Let's go through these real quick. Let's do the toast first. Everybody raise your bottle, raise your glass,
Raise them at home.
raise your what have yous.
Toast along with us.
You too, Pridgeon. Still a bit.
Okay, wait, what?
What?
Oh, I see. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to do this all on the fly. First toast from Vampire 54. Grav sure looks different this week. Grav sure looks different this week. Set him up and knock him down.
How come no one
guy.
told me?
Last week we made the joke a lot that Rick was just you.
Okay.
And you looked different. So this week you look different than you did last week.
Explaining jokes.
It always works.
I wasn't.
Siamath Pirnkoth. To being awake and mines and bugs. Bottoms up. To being awake and mines and bugs. Bottoms up. Set him up and knock him down. Thank you very much, Siamath Pirnkoth.
I like that Harold snored like right as we were saying being awake.
He's doing a good job.
From Peter Buxton. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the prairie ticks bite.
Ooh.
Oh.
Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the prairie ticks bite.
Ticks bite.
Set him up and knock him down. God damn it, James Poe. From Double Up Omega. To Howell's family and not Bogue's rotten daughter.
Oh.
To Howell's family and not Bogue's rotten daughter. Set him up and knock him down. Thank you very much, Double Up Omega. From J. Matthews, 85. To Dom, who has brought us such great shows.
Aww.
To Dom, who has brought us such great shows. Set him up, yep, and knock him down.
Thanks, guys.
I'll drink to that. And one more sneaky gold toast that got in somehow before we turned him up. That's fine.
It.
We like it. From Beacon 29. Happy mid-Feb, Wildcards cast. Happy mid-Feb, Wildcards cast. Set him up
Yeah.
and knock him down. Thank you, guys. But hey, don't set them all the way down. Guys. Because we got some non-gold toasts as well.
Oh my.
Soup's toasty.
Going through.
One day we're just gonna eat.
Here we go.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Okay.
Just do it for Pierce.
This toast is from BSB Care. Life is like a hurricane. Here on Wildcards, prairie ticks and hanging trees. Here on Wildcards.
It's gonna take a bit.
Wait, one more time. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna do it to the DuckTales theme, so it's easier to remember. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Life is like a hurricane here on Wildcards, prairie ticks and hanging trees. Here on Wildcards. Set them up and knock them down. Thanks very much, BSB Care.
Thanks,
Lights
BSB.
on the huckster.
Bye.
Or rewrite hucksters.
Yeah.
Hucksters. Woo.
That is a 2-syllable word. We have another toast from Vampire 54.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no, Jordan aced again.
Oh no, Jordan aced again.
Set him
That's
up
definitely
and knock him
yeah.
down. I'm assuming prison.
No.
Yeah, his ace and powers are gone.
His ace and powers are over.
Ace and days are over.
We have another toast from Siamath. Nope. Already did that one. Hold on. Oh, now they're both showing up. Great. That's all of them. That's all of them.
Okay.
Oh wow, man.
I did it, guys. I am so good at running this stuff from the table. I'm so good at it. Oh, real quick.
What?
Before we get into anything, I have one more thing I wanted to bring up top. Guys, you guys have been incredible this whole season. Your support of the show has been blowing us away. And I know sometimes we blow through the reward tiers, and I don't have anything else left for you guys. So I have remedied that with the mystery box.
What?
That's right, the mystery box. In the reward sheet, you can see that after we hit our top stretch tier, you guys are freaking amazing. Every $50 after that merits a pull from the mystery box. Some things in the mystery box are strange. Some things are helpful. Some things are hurtful. All of them are mysteries. The mystery box, brought to you by Hellstrom Industries.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about it.
We're doing loot crates now? I don't know about that.
No, but we do have some unlocks. Speaking of, guys,
Exclamation point loot crate.
Oh, yeah.
the first story tier has been unlocked,
Woo!
and that is called A Second Glimpse.
You get to see Ludie one more time.
So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that, chat. We have also unlocked a draw.
Ah!
Draw.
So 1, 2,
Everybody say
3, and if it's a 4, I get it. I didn't. Okay, it's for Dom. James Bogue, draw.
Telegram.
No.
No, this isn't. This is different. This is a
Treat
draw.
it like a
Who
telegram.
gets the reroll?
What did you draw?
Should be like saying telegram.
Power surge.
Power, sir.
Didn't I get this last time?
Yeah, is that
The character immediately recovers 2d6 power points. These points may exceed his usual limit, but any access points are lost at the end of the current encounter.
Sorry.
Can you give it to her?
No.
Okay.
That's the way the draw works. It's all luck of the draw.
Okay.
Some of them are duds.
Okay.
We got a fistful of cursed Spanish gold for the table.
Yeehaw!
That's 3 pieces of cursed Spanish gold for you greenhorns there.
Thank you kindly.
We got the second story reward tier unlocked, which is called Fate Chip Mutation.
What?
So guys, try and wrap your heads around this.
What?
Because Chad unlocked this, here's what's happening. All white fate chips are now red fate chips.
What?
All red fate chips are now blue fate chips.
Wait.
So everything gets upgraded one step, except
What's
for
blue?
blue fate chips, which have been downgraded to white fate chips.
Okay, well that actually kind of sort of works for me.
So,
Now you
real
have-
quick, you have 2 reds and a
Two
white.
red and a white, yeah.
You have
All
2
same
reds and a
thing.
white. And you have 3
Three
reds. And I've got 1 of each.
Blue turns into a white?
Yep,
Oh, I thought you said blue got downgraded to a red.
to a white.
Okay.
All the way down. Because there's been a weird Ghost Rock Fate Chip mutation. So thank you very kindly, you mysterious strangers in chat. Also, we got another draw.
Oh, me.
Miss or Mrs.?
It's clearly. It's,
Miss Rosaline Byrne. Draw.
Get one about
are
shooting.
you what?
Get one about shooting.
Right.
When you shoot your specific gun,
If you have a trademark weapon that has no name,
what is you're not reading it out
Spill
loud?
the beans. We all were talking.
Okay.
Spill the beans. You don't want to get her riled, amigo. The subject of your questioning tells you everything you want to know,
Whoa.
whether by friendly persuasion, intimidation, or force.
Oh, that's awesome. And no, he does not look happy about that. It's all luck of the draw. Some are duds for you.
Okay.
This is one you need.
Cool.
You can do it.
True.
Cool.
Tell me where you've been, Ludie.
Yeah, I can work with that. Also, we unlocked last session for Howl's gut feelings. So Hal Melton, for this session and this session only, you can spend fate chips to ask of me a yes or no question about the situation or the events you are involved in,
Okay.
and I will answer truthfully.
At any time?
Yeah, anytime. You got 3 fate chips.
Great.
So you got 3 questions.
Great. Good.
Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
very
Yes.
much.
and it seems that there is some spectrum issues, some internet issues, so I apologize that it's going up and down.
The quality of our stream.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately.
Sorry.
So yeah, when we'll re-upload the recorded version, which hopefully won't have any of the stuttering and stuff like that. But yeah, audio should be okay, I assume. Telemod, let us know if it's super annoying and you're just like, I can't watch this anymore.
Then we'll try and restart the stream.
We'll restart, but I don't know if it will do anything.
Yeah,
So-
sorry about that, guys. Bear with us. Hopefully it'll fix itself. I guess a bunch of people are illegally pirating Olympic streams right now, maybe. I don't know.
That's totally it.
That's probably what it is.
Curling, man. Yeah.
So, everybody. Hal Milton,
Yes.
you are having some very troubled dreams.
Okay.
You are dreaming about you and your friends fleeing through tall grass with these swarms of huge insects leaping after you, just right on your heels. You feel something inside of your body squirming unnaturally. And you see up ahead a house, a big mansion in the middle of nowhere out here on the Colorado plains, and women in white desperately motioning to you to get inside. You remember just this slick, unctuous fluid being poured down your throat and burning your insides, and this thing coming back up out of your throat and out of your mouth. You remember screaming. You remember the horses jumping around in a living room of some kind. You remember people shouting. You remember darkness, but just before the darkness, you remember seeing a woman in white that looked very much like Ludie Melton. And with that, you come back to consciousness, and you open your eyes, and you're aware that there is someone in the room with you. But you are lying on a bed with your back to the rest of the room.
Is there any light coming through the window, or is it completely dark?
It's dark. It's night. There's just the dim light of some sort of candle or lantern maybe in this room.
Bogue, is that you?
You hear a sudden startled rustling noise behind you and footsteps heading away.
Hello? Who's out there?
Do you want to turn around?
Yeah, I'll get up and turn around.
You don't have to get up. You're just lying on your side in the bed.
I'll get up and turn around.
You're gonna get up and turn
Well,
around.
I mean, like, I'll sit up and turn around.
Or you sit up and turn around. Suddenly?
No, slowly.
Okay. So you slowly sit up and turn around, just in time to hear a door, what sounds like a very heavy door, opening. And you look over, and for just an instant, you catch sight of a woman in white. And in this shadowy room, it appears that she's holding some sort of oil lamp. And for just the briefest of moments, you get a half glimpse of her face. And it looks very much like your wife, Ludie. But then that heavy door is closed, and you hear a bolt sliding into place from the outside.
Ludie? Ludie, is that you?
You hear footsteps trailing away down a hallway outside, and then nothing.
I dash to the door and start trying to open it.
Okay, the door is locked from the outside, and the door appears to be made of very heavy steel. This door is reinforced. It looks somewhat like a prison door.
A prison? Is this like a prison cell, or is this a bedroom?
No, you are in a bedroom. There is not much light in this bedroom.
Okay.
There is a window, but it's not like a normal window. It's set up high in the wall, and it's more of like a slit than it is an actual window. During the day, you assume it would let in some light. But the room has a bed,
Okay.
a very comfortable bed with nice bedding on it. It was very soft. It seems well put together. There is a dresser, and there is what looks like a very small closet. But that's all. The room is very spartanly furnished.
I'm gonna start banging on the door and ask, someone let me out of here. What's going on? Where am I?
You hear nothing. And then, after what feels like a very long time, you guys. Mm-hmm. You are also both in a similar room. James Bogue, you are awakened by the sound of banging because you too had a prairie tick all up inside of you last time, and you lost consciousness as well. You awaken in a room, although you don't know it, very much like the one that Howl is in, and you hear a loud banging from somewhere far off. Rosaline, you hear banging coming from the room right next to yours. Now, you did not lose consciousness. In the madness of what happened after they purged themselves of these prairie ticks, these women all turned their shotguns on you and Gabriel and disarmed everybody and marched you guys up into separate rooms, up several flights of dark stairs in their house. They didn't seem to want to hurt you necessarily, but you got the impression they were very, very serious. That was just an hour or so ago. You've been sitting in a room very much like Howl's since then.
So I can hear the banging. Can I hear him yelling?
Yes, very faintly through the wall on your... So if you're sitting on the bed looking at your door, the wall on your left,
Okay.
you can hear Howl Melton yelling.
Howl! I'll go and knock on the wall.
Okay.
Howl, it's Rose.
So after a while, when your banging doesn't really get any sort of response, you can hear sort of muffled voice from the wall on the right-hand side of your room.
Okay, I'll get close to that wall and say, Rose, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just in this room, and I don't know where Gabe is, and I guess you're here. I don't know where James is.
What happened? I mean, those bugs went in us, but they purged them out, so why are we here?
I don't know. As soon as they poured that stuff down yours and James' throat, they turned their guns on us and sent us up to these rooms. I don't know where they took Gabe. They took our weapons. I've just been in here for an hour.
Listen, did you see Ludie? Was she down there?
Did I see
thought just before I passed out, I could have sworn I saw my wife.
Everything was very chaotic. The horses were jumping around everywhere. There were a lot of women, but you didn't get a really good chance to look at any of them before one very stern and very solidly built woman in white had a shotgun in your back and was marching you upstairs.
I don't know. I suppose it could be possible, but everything happened so fast. She could be here, but I didn't see for sure.
James,
Yes.
as you come back to consciousness, a raw, sandpapery burning still lingering in your esophagus, you can dimly hear, you feel, what sounds like Rosaline from the room on the far side, or from the wall on the far side from your bed.
I want to look around the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your room is furnished exactly as I described Howell's. There is a fairly comfortable bed, a very utilitarian-looking dresser, a small closet, and a heavy steel door that appears to be solidly reinforced.
Look through the dresser.
Okay, the dresser is empty.
Okay.
There's a little bit of dust in the dresser, as though maybe this...
It's not been used.
In fact, this room has a little bit of dust in it.
Rosie?
Do I hear him say that?
Very, very... So you're still talking to Howell, right?
Yeah.
Very, very faintly from the wall behind you, the other side of your room.
Wait.
You hear a voice. It's hard to tell who it is.
Oh, so I don't necessarily know that it's... But I just
Someone
heard...
called you Rosie.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. No one else does that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now you know why I do it.
Yeah.
For situations such as these.
Howell, I think I hear James. Hold on. I'll go over to the other wall. James, is that you?
Now you guys can hear each other a little bit clearer. And you can sort of hear Rose's muffled voice, but it's hard to make out what she's saying.
Yeah, I take it you are also in a room that you are not able to exit?
Yes, that is the case. You are too, then.
Yes.
Is Gabe, have you heard of... Is Gabe near you?
I have not heard from him.
Well, don't really know what we can do here. Are you feeling better?
To be honest, I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Whatever was in me is out, but there's a certain hollowness, if you want to take my meaning.
Sure, yeah. Well, Howell seems to be in the room next to mine, so hopefully Gabe is on either side of either of you then.
Hey, preacher!
Are you going to the other wall and shouting up?
I'll like bang on the door, or bang on the wall.
Okay. So you do that for a bit and you shout out preacher a couple times, but you hear no response.
I'll go back to you, bang on your wall. I ain't hear from him.
All right, maybe he's on the other side of Howell. I'll go back over to the wall near Howell. Howell, see if Gabriel is next to you on the other side.
All right. I'll walk to the other wall and bang on that.
Okay.
Preacher, you in there?
No response.
I'll walk back to Rose's wall. No, I got nothing.
All right, well, he can take care of himself. Lord knows he can talk himself out of anything, so hopefully he's all right. I don't really know what we do from here.
Which one of them are you talking to? Because you
Howell.
can't talk to both
I'm
of them at
talking
once.
to
Okay.
How big is this room?
It's not super big.
Would this trigger my claustrophobia of me being locked in a room that's
Up to you. So
dark?
it's not a huge room, but it's by no means a like super roomy one.
Okay.
It feels very Spartan. It is not all that much bigger than maybe a decently spacious jail cell.
Okay. I'll say it probably doesn't, but I'm getting close to like, if I don't get out of here, I'm going to start freaking
You're
out.
definitely probably feeling a little bit panicky.
Yeah.
It is dark, and that does have a tendency to sort of make it feel a bit more closed in than it might otherwise.
So the walls are wood, as best I can tell,
From what you can see.
and
yes.
the door seems to be metal, steel.
Yes.
And this is the same kind of room that you described to.
You are all in almost. You don't know this, obviously. You haven't compared notes yet, but you
What's
are
in
all
your room?
in. Inventory everything for me, real quick. You guys are all in almost identical rooms.
So, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Would I, in all of the time of them sending us up to the room, had a chance to take something off of somebody or from, I don't know, just something that someone was holding?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because everything happened so quickly and chaotically
That's what
that
I'm
you did
asking.
not have a chance to.
Then I want to try to 54 card pickup at the door.
At the door.
Yeah, door, but I want to do it like kind of at the wall and the door, so it's not like complete door, complete wall. It's kind of in between the two. Does that make sense?
Sure.
See which one maybe I could do some damage to.
Okay.
If I'm testing.
Okay.
I'd like to shoulder the door 54 times.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be substantially damaging to you. But I look forward to seeing you try. We'll start with hers,
Cool.
and then we'll have you go.
Great.
All right, so you're going to 54 card pickup at the door. Mm-hmm. Okay, can I ask why?
I want to see if I can destroy the door or like weaken it so I can get out of here.
Wait, does she have her cards?
I don't have to have them. That's a spectral deck.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
I have
so
them to hide.
she has a real deck of cards to disguise the deck of cards that manifests in her hand. So it's been probably an hour or two, and you don't really know what's happening. But you just gotta try and do some interior redecorating. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just asking.
Listen,
I'm asking you to put yourself in the place and,
Rose
and see
doesn't
if that's
necessarily
something
think it's
we
going to work.
Okay.
So we're in a position of which both of them are in rooms similar to mine, as best I can tell, and Gabe is nowhere to be seen. And I've been in here for an hour, and nobody's come through. So
Sure.
she's just not going to sit there and let that happen.
Sure.
This
Yeah.
is the one weapon they can't take from her.
That's totally true. Are you dealing or are you spending points?
Did you go back to dealing, Rose?
And I forget, did you cast anything last session?
I cast Puppet.
You cast Puppet on the
Thank you for the
Carcajou.
band.
Beacon 29?
The 400 bitches.
I cast Puppet and I cast Puppet.
You cast Puppet on the prairie ticks as well.
Yeah, twice.
Okay, so you recover power points at a rate of 1 every 3 hours. So you've spent 6, and it's probably been about as many hours. So
Oh, deal.
you're down 6, but you're down 4 all total.
Okay.
Now, Rose, just stay calm. Don't do any spooky shit in there.
I would never howl.
Are you trying to give her a card?
Yeah.
I will let you give her that card if she burns the card that she has.
What do you mean, like I can't?
Destroy it.
You can't use
I have to
it.
destroy
But that's such a good card. No, don't do it. Don't deal.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do.
You can't trick us
I'll
like
do
that.
You're gonna deal?
Yeah. I
You
just-
have the power
No,
points
he
to spend
can.
them.
Here you go. Burn it.
Oh, yes. I didn't know she had the PowerPoints. That's
She
awesome.
does.
Yeah.
I do have the PowerPoints, but yeah, I mean, she deals.
Sure, yeah.
She's a deal.
I think this definitely seems like a desperate time, so let's pull out some desperate measures.
Little does she know, I have my gun and everything. Like, I can,
God
the
damn
door's
it!
unlocked.
Why didn't you tell
You
me?
guys all have keys in your room?
We were just painting out here. Didn't want to get the fumes in there. Trying to be nice. Dinner's ready.
Ah. Okay.
So you are going
I'm
to
an
retreat
asshole.
to an interior mental space. Time slows down, and you find yourself in that darkened room with the single table and the just ever-present wafting of cigar smoke, foul-smelling cigar smoke.
Yes.
And you sit down and are dealt 3 cards by your, or not 3 cards. How many cards are you dealt?
I need 2. I get 6.
6 cards by your shadowy opponent across the table. You are dealt
3.
a 3 of hearts.
I need a pair, basically. I need a pair.
You need a pair or better.
10.
10. It only costs 2 power points to cast 54 card pickup?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then hold on. You're only down 2 power points. I thought it was 3.
Well, no, I did Puppet. Puppet's 3.
Right. Yep. Never mind.
That's why.
I was right the first time. You have a 3 of hearts, a 10 of diamonds, a 4 of diamonds,
Aha!
a 10 of hearts,
I got a 10 of hearts.
That's the
a
pair.
7 of diamonds,
There's my 5.
and a 5 of spades. No, that's it. That's 6. You've dealt yourself 7.
Whoopsie.
But that's fine. But that's fine.
Keep going.
Because you
And then I
have
have every card on the deck.
a pair.
Yes, I got
By
a pair.
the skin of your teeth, you are able to steal the power that you need, and you feel like smoky hands grasping at you as you retreat back
And I go.
into the present. and your hands open up, and a spectral deck of cards flings into them, and then starts to swirl in front of you, and then scatters itself out in front of you, and just goes shooting into the door and part of the wall next to it. Roll damage.
Ooh. Okay, and damage, just double checking, is 2d10. Oops. Yes. Oh, 18.
And a 10.
18.
Right!
Oh, yeah.
How does Savage Worlds work?
I was like, wait a minute, 20 damage
20,
to the door of the wall.
20 damage.
I hate this wall door. Wall.
You start just blasting at this thing.
It's real quiet.
And no, it's not at all. The cards, like, just explosively, they eviscerate the wall paneling on the side of it. And you see that beneath it is just more of this steel.
Okay.
But that there is like a whole area of the wooden like shell of the wall that is just gone. It just explodes into splinters, and your cards start beating into the steel of this wall. And everyone that's flying out, whether it's the power that you stole or the desperation with which you stole it, it just seems to be just hammering into the steel wall, and you see every card that flies out leaving a fist-sized dent that just is buckling the steel under that pressure. And as that's happening, you get the impression that you have all but completely blown this open. Will you make...
Uh-oh. Can I puppet the door?
Hold on. You can't. It's not the way that works.
Door unlock.
I'm gonna spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold for
what?
that.
For what?
We get those.
Right? For
Secret
what?
rolls.
It's a notice roll. Oh no, it's twice!
Double
Double
ace.
ace.
I was on an 8 and a 6.
A 10. Okay, will you make a strength roll for me,
I've
please?
made a horrible mistake.
Actually, no.
What?
That was with a raise.
Auto fail.
Oh, you got a wound.
Yeah, I'll re-roll that with a piece of cursed Spanish gold. I'll take that. You feel some sort of just intangible force pick you up and slam you into the wall on the other side of the room. Will you make an agility roll for me versus this 7 that I rolled?
Okay. I'm angry now. Where'd my... This is my agility, right? Yes. 6.
6, that is not enough. You take...
I'm gonna re-roll
Oh,
it.
you're gonna spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold, okay. It's still not enough.
Wait, how much do I have to get?
I rolled a 7, so you have to beat a 7.
I can do it. I didn't do it.
No, you
Okay,
didn't.
Fine. I'm taking my
You got the plot armor, you good?
You just feel yourself picked up and flung against this wall, and you...
Whose wall?
Huh?
Which wall?
The opposite wall of
what?
the one that has the window slit on it, right past the bed. You go sailing right past the bed,
The bad bed.
and you crash into the wall, and you crumple to the ground. You take a point of fatigue for bumps and bruises, and you hear a pounding on the other side of the door, and you hear someone shout out, "You knock that off!"
Well, maybe you should let me out of here.
What's going on in there?
What the hell was that?
Miss Byrne, you all right?
Sort of. Something threw me across the room.
What? Who's in there?
At this time, all of you hear the bolts slide on your doors. Yours with some degree of difficulty. And the door is pulled open, and there is, in front of each of you, a woman in white holding a shotgun leveled at the door, and there is a tray of food in front of both of your doors. There is a somewhat soft-looking woman who looks a bit meek but holds her shotgun with grim determination outside of your door, James Bogue. Howell, there is a strange-looking, quiet woman with wild eyes outside of your door who is also holding a shotgun somewhat unsteadily, focused on you. And there's a tray with what looks like a bowl of hot soup and maybe a canteen of water and some crusty bread. In front of your door, there is that same very solidly built woman who marched you up these stairs earlier, and she has the shotgun trained on your face. And in the floor in front of her is what looks like a bucket that seems to have stew in it.
Bucket stew.
It's dinner time. Now, if you want to eat, I suggest you stop all that banging.
You don't know who you're messing with.
That's what she says to you.
And I also say it. We say it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
No, she didn't say you don't know who you're messing with. I'm saying that's what she says to you. The woman outside of your door says nothing, Hal. She just kind of glances down at the food and then gestures with the shotgun like you should take it. James, outside of your door, the somewhat soft-looking woman says, "This is for you. You should take it." And she kind of pushes the tray into your room with her foot. If you're hungry, I would eat slowly because you've been through a lot, but you should eat that.
I get off of the bed like as fast as I can.
No, stay where you are.
And I go,
Her hand is trembling on the trigger of this shotgun.
now, I'm just getting my food.
Hold on. You stay right there. And she moves a couple steps further and sort of keeps edging the tray in until it's in your room. And then she just real quickly goes back and closes the door and bolts it.
Who's going to give her tips?
Come get
This is how you use the shotgun.
come get your food.
Or what will you do? Shoot me?
I'm going to shoot you if you're not hungry. But if you want to eat, I suggest you get your food.
Well, I do want to eat, but I also want answers to why we're here and why you've locked us in this room.
In the morning.
And where is Gabriel Pryor?
In the morning.
In the morning? I don't want to wait until the morning.
Well, you're going to have to. Now take your food and keep your energy up.
For what?
For staying alive. Do you not eat to live?
I do, but I want to know who you are. Am I going to live? Are you going to kill all of us?
She
Why
takes
do you
the
have us locked
shotgun
in different
and she
rooms?
just kind of pushes the bucket in, and then she closes the door and bolts
That's
it.
right,
tighter.
run away!
Yours is still just sort of staring at you, with an unnerving, unbroken eye contact.
I take one step forward.
She doesn't move.
Now listen, I'm pretty sure I saw my wife here. I'm just looking for my wife. What? I didn't catch that. Did you just... Ludie Melton. I'm Howell Melton. Now I take a step forward. How far away am I from her?
Probably still about 6 paces.
I'm going to keep walking forward and talking. Now, look, I don't mean any harm. I'm thankful for the help you gave us, getting those whatevers out of us.
Are you trying to do anything while you're moving forward like this?
I mean, not yet.
Okay. When you decide to, if you want to keep it secret, make a stealth roll.
Okay. Now, look, I just want to get some answers. I'm sure I saw my wife, and if she's here, I'm pretty sure that you can't shoot me. And I dash at her.
Okay, well, make a stealth roll to try and disguise that intention.
Oh boy, stealth, something I have no points in.
Oh, okay, that's going to be a D4 minus 2 then.
Okay. Oh boy.
This is good.
Oh boy, this will be great. This will be great.
Yeah, that is a 1 and a 2 that you rolled.
Cursed Spanish gold.
Oh, the last piece of cursed Spanish gold on the table. Well, thank you very much. Oh, now it's a 2 and a 1 instead of a 1 and a 2.
One more.
Oh, another one. Okay, I'll take that.
You can't shoot me. You can't shoot me. You can't shoot me. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody get worried.
There you go.
Ace,
It's an
ace,
ace.
ace!
That's an ace.
But then it was a 1.
Well,
So it's a 1 and a 2.
that's enough. You got a
It is.
4.
That is a 4.
Yeah.
But since she is a watching... Oh, that's an ace on my
That's an ace. It's an ace, guys.
That's an 8.
He's ace 3 times.
So when you start to move a little bit closer, without, and just as you're thinking like, okay, now's the time that I'm gonna rush her, she takes the shotgun and she points it down at your feet and she pulls the trigger and just blasts a chunk of splintering wood up out of the floor, like right in front of you.
Is there a hole in the floor now?
I'm gonna say no, there's not. There's not. There's splintered boards beneath which steel can be seen. And I'm gonna say that's probably an intimidation roll.
Holy shit! You actually shot me. All right.
So let's see. We're gonna call that intimidation.
So if this doesn't work, do I keep going?
No.
Okay.
No, this is just to see whether or not you take any more negatives from this. Okay, that's a 3, so opposed by your spirit.
Oh, my spirit. Okay, my spirit is a d6. It's a 4.
4. Okay, so that is enough for you to know that she didn't miss shooting you.
Okay.
She did that on purpose to keep you in line.
Okay. Did she shoot my food?
No.
Okay.
No, she shot between you and the food. And then as you kind of like jump back like that to get away from it, she just sort of kicks your tray in and closes the door and bolts it.
I guess I heard that. Howell, are you all right?
Yeah, you heard it as well. You heard the distant muffled blast of a shotgun.
Almost got my foot shot off, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
Who are these people?
Don't.
Rosie, sound off.
We're all right. Howell's all right. Still don't know where Gabe is though.
Guess I'll start eating.
Blind Seer.
Blind Seer, thank you.
Thank you very much for the tip.
I've been told the video has leveled out, so.
Oh, it is? Okay, good.
Go.
You guys can see us now.
Internet.
You guys very much. I'm going to do some...
Go Spectrum!
No, let's not give them that. Guys, we've unlocked another fistful of cursed Spanish gold. And just in time, because you guys had already used up all the table cursed Spanish gold. So there's
okay.
3 more
Take it back.
from the mysterious strangers in chat.
I almost got shot.
You did, but in fairness,
I got
that was
thrown.
totally your fault.
Across the room.
You did get thrown across.
Yeah, I did.
So are you guys eating?
Did you guys get some
Yes,
Jell-O? You want
absolutely.
Or how do we? No, you can't.
You both are, everyone's really hungry. It's been a while. I don't remember you guys saying that you, like,
I don't think I've ever had a meal on this show.
yeah.
We've never eaten, ever.
I have. I always had breakfast when we were in cold water.
You did. It's been,
That's it, though.
but it's been a while since you've eaten, and you've been through a lot, so you're all pretty hungry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm definitely eating.
Did you all get a bucket too? Of soup?
A bucket.
Yeah, they brought me a bucket of soup.
I got some bread and some soup and no, I didn't get a bucket.
Looking inside of your bucket, it does look like there is what looks like floating in the very top of it, a soggy crust of bread.
I don't like these people.
Homebrewed dwarf, thank you very much for the
you.
resub.
Homebrewed dwarf. Thank you for the resub.
And then, guys, yes, if you make a tip and you also attach a message to it, if that is meant to be a toast, please let one of the mods know, because we don't have anybody running things behind the scenes, so let us know.
Let us know.
All right, so you guys are eating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tastes good.
Great.
Tastes really good. It's a pretty hearty stew. Doesn't skimp on the meat and everything. It tastes very nice. And you guys, it kind of burns your raw throats a bit, but then the heat kind of soothes it as well.
It's not prairie tick stew, is it?
It is not. As far as you can tell, you don't see any unsettling legs or anything like that. Yeah. Yours is also good. Sorry.
Yeah. Does it taste metallic?
No, the bucket seems really clean. And there's like a sort of ladly thing kind of in the bucket.
Should I just get the rest? They're like, in for you, and just give her the bucket.
You can use the bucket for something else. It's a
guess
double-purpose bucket.
Friendly.
I got poop in a bowl.
Speaking of which, you guys do have a chamber pot of some kinds underneath your beds.
Thank God. Can we roleplay that?
Yes.
Roll to use.
Everyone make several vigor rolls.
I pooped myself.
All right, so everybody's eating their food.
Yes,
Like
I
a
would
good
like to also mention Homebrewed Dwarf subbed up and is giving their reroll to the one that always delivers.
Telegram.
Howell Milkman Melton. Get it? Milkman delivers.
For Mr. Milkman. For the Milkman.
Milkman.
Telegram for the milkman.
Thurston Hal Milkman.
Milkman.
You thirsty for some milk?
Thank you very much.
Thank
Homebrewed
you so
Dwarf.
much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, all right, so you guys eat. And it's
You
tasty.
asked that several times.
I know.
Anyways.
Now I'm worried.
We have
Should I-
eaten.
We keep
should I
getting
not
we keep
eat?
getting distracted, and then I keep
I
remembering.
probably pooped. What else do you want to know?
We're
It
the
is
Sims now.
also getting late, and
read that
you
book
guys
I
are
got.
getting pretty tired. You guys especially are feeling still worn out. Even unconsciousness is not the same as restful sleep.
I feel great.
You said it came with there was a canteen of water. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not for you.
Yeah. No, I don't get any water.
No.
I'm purposefully saving some of the water. I'm not drinking all of it at dinner.
Okay.
So
Oh, can I use this bucket to mine dry?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
Wow.
I've been
Alright.
waiting.
Spend your points
Okay.
and make your roll, or are you dealing? But before you do anything,
I'm gonna
you
spend
should take
points.
those cards back and reshuffle your deck.
These?
No, those.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'll use points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many points is it for
It's
my turn?
3, which is why I'm using points.
Okay.
I only have 1 left though. Whoops. Yeah. So
nice.
I got him.
Nice.
you know what I?
got him.
No, I did. Never mind. Okay. Spell casting. 9. I'm sorry, 9.
Oh, you didn't make your casting roll for 54 card pickup, did you?
No, I didn't. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, but then I thought I did. Did
No.
I not?
We
Okay,
just rolled
I
damage.
didn't.
You made it. You rolled a 9, so that's a success with a raise. Okay, so you are using the bucket, the ladle. What are you using?
I mean, I know that the woman who brought it in here touched the bucket.
Okay.
So I would probably use the bucket.
Okay, so you pick up the bucket, and in one hand you kind of lay a hand on it.
This, by the way, is opposed.
Sure.
Okay, just making sure.
And in another hand, a hand of cards appears, and you look at those, and you feel your mind kind of be drawn into them, and then shunted right back into your head. Which has happened to you before. You are trying to use an item that no one has touched recently.
But that's not true. I know they've touched it, right? Oh, shit. Can I try it on the ladle?
Yeah.
I might have to deal, though.
You don't have enough points?
Nope. Can I use the points I have left and then deal for the rest? Is that a thing I can do? I've never run into that
No,
before.
you cannot do that.
Yeah, I have to deal. Listen, I'm real desperate and frustrated. So
So you guys haven't
I'm
spoken
tired.
to each other since you ate and are just kind of like sitting there.
Well, after eating, I'd love to try to give that door another couple shoves, or maybe find like a weak point in the wall.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to run your shoulder into it 54 times. Well, she deals herself some cards. Did you want to compare notes with her at all, or do you just want to start trying to like shoulder walls and doors?
Well, yeah, I never did explain what that noise was. I
No.
guess.
I'll give it a couple tries.
All right, make a strength roll.
Okay. There's a D8. That's a 4.
Okay. So you hit the door. Roll damage.
How much damage?
Oh, well, you're using your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get any of your fist bonuses or anything like that. So just roll strength as your damage.
Oh.
Just strength?
Yeah.
With my wild die?
Nope, just strength. This is like a damage roll.
4.
4. Okay, so you like just kind of brace yourself and ram your shoulder into a steel door, and man, it hurts a lot. That really hurts. Ouch! Steel is hard.
Yeah, I guess
Ouch, steel.
You don't know anything about steel.
Should have seen that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Man, I wish I'd ever seen some steel.
Got a ghost in here?
No ghosts, just steel.
I actually got an 8 because I realized I have fatigue, so that's a -1. I don't think it
Okay,
matters.
yeah, that still would have been a
But
success
just
with a raise.
putting it out
But
there.
yes, remember
this
you have that
is
fatigue.
probably real stupid of me, but here we go.
So immediately you're back in that shadowy room, bargaining for power with an 8 of clubs, a jack of clubs, a queen of hearts, a 10 of clubs,
Uh-oh.
a 3 of hearts,
Looking real bad here. One more.
and a 2 of hearts.
I'm so close. If I just gotten a 9.
You don't even have an ace.
No.
You don't even get 1 power point. How many did you name?
3.
Wow.
You feel your shadowy opposition start to chuckle in the darkness. Oh man, Rosaline. I rolled a 10.
Wow.
Boring old Tyler.
Boring Gold Tyler.
Tyler,
Boring Gold Tyler. Thank
You're
you for
in
the
a
reset.
show right now.
My
Go
man!
get on stage.
Make a vigor roll.
Thank you. Let a mod know who you're giving the reroll to, please.
I think Jordan figured out that the best way to kill us is just to put us into rooms
And
that
let
we
you
can't
kill
get out.
I'm like, guys, I got fed. It's a nice bed.
Yeah, you're the best prisoner.
All right, so you rolled a 4 for your vigor roll, -1 for your bumps and bruises. So that is a 3, which is a failure.
No, I'm gonna add a d6.
You're gonna use this red fate chip
Yeah.
since it mutated.
I got
to
an
add a
ace.
d6.
I got an ace.
Oh, Ace City, baby!
I got a 1. It's 13 plus whatever
13.
I got. 4.
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
You feel
I can't go.
as you often do, those shadowy hands grasping at you as your brain starts to leave that room. But this time, they feel like they sink into you somehow, and you feel something trying to pull your energy out of your body, but you're able to hold on to yourself long enough to snap back into your body. But that was very close. Mm-hmm. Also, you did not cast your spell.
Yeah. Have you all found some? Do you all have a plan? I'll go over towards James actually first. James's wall. Do you have any thoughts on what we should do here?
I can't rightly say I do have a plan. I've been holed up before, not in nice establishment such as this, but sometimes you have to wait for an opportunity to present itself.
Well, have you noticed that the door and the walls are made of steel?
James. Meanwhile, Hal is taking his shoulder to all of the walls in his
You
room.
just hear a thump as soon as she says that.
Ow! She's right! Speaking of Howl, Quirky Boys represent.
Oh.
Tyler gives his cursed Spanish reroll too.
Thanks, Boring Gold.
Telegram.
Telegram.
From Boring Gold, Tyler.
Boring gold.
Narrator Tyler.
I suspect, have you had any more, Vampire 54, thank you!
Thanks for the 13.
Have you had any more interactions with one of these ladies in white?
Not since they brought the food in. It's quite a rude interaction, but.
All right. Well, all I can say is we ain't getting through these steel doors anytime soon. What was that?
I think that's Howl. I might need to check on him.
Okay, you do that.
Howl, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get through these walls.
They're steel.
What do you mean, the steel?
There's steel under the wood.
Why the hell would anybody put steel under wood?
That is a good question. I don't know.
But how do you know that?
I saw it.
What was in your stew? What do you mean you saw it?
Well, I can see the steel through the wood. In my room, there's a hole.
All right, well, my arm's hurting quite a bit, so I'm going to tend to believe you right now.
And as she says that, you look over to where the shotgun blast hit the ground, and you see that through the splintered wood, there is little patches of visible steel beneath your floor.
Why would anybody put gunmetal on the floor?
Vampire 54 has a comment. How many points of grit do you have?
Me?
You have 3, right?
I have 3.
You should be drawing 8 cards.
What?
Oh, now I want to go back and see if I won.
Nope. Update your
Thank
grit,
you.
people.
Thank you, Dad.
Thanks,
No,
Vampire
my grit is
54.
up.
Thank you
Updated. I
very
just-
much. Thank you, thank you.
I didn't realize that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What if she died from that?
I'd have felt really bad.
I would have
As
killed
she
you.
rolled up
No
a new character
backsies.
sheet.
Oh!
You have to live with me.
And, anyways,
We're getting
steel everywhere. Everywhere steel. You guys are feeling really tired.
Okay, sleepy time. Bye.
Can I get rid of my fatigue if I go to sleep?
Well,
Not that fatigue from bumps and bruises, probably not.
it's different.
You got a little bumpy bruised. I'm gonna say that this is going to persist for a little while.
Ouchie.
You might have to shake it off tomorrow and stretch it out because you were ragdolled across a room.
Nah, I'm used to it.
So why don't we all just lay low till the morning and see what happens?
Well, it doesn't seem like there's much else we can do, so you're right.
He's already asleep.
James.
The
think
model
James would
prisoner, James Bogue.
He was in a Union prison camp. This is nothing.
Yeah, this is downright comfortable.
This is very uncomfortable for Rosalie.
So you guys spend, you guys were nothing else to really do. You decide to go to sleep. Maybe more will be revealed. Did you share that your lady in white said that they would talk to you in the morning with these gentlemen?
I mean, I guess I might have. I just
Doesn't
probably,
sound like you did.
Well, I assume that, I don't know. They got food somewhere. I assume they probably spoke to somebody.
Sure, they did. They had
doesn't
some.
seem like-
They had some interactions.
Doesn't seem like information that. I don't
Sure. All right. So you guys go to sleep, and you are in a strange, unfamiliar place. You don't know where everyone is. You don't know what's happening. You two feel like hell warmed over. But it's a pretty comfortable bed. It's warm in here, even though you know it's cold outside. You can hear the wind.
Is there glass in the slit?
There is glass in the slit. I'm going to spend a red fate chip to add a d6 to that.
He's playing by some rules that we don't know.
Then I'm going to spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to reroll.
Wow. That's way worse.
Yeah, that is
Does he
worse.
want worse? I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I know, you guys don't know yet.
But he's playing really fair, I think.
Ace!
Son of a...
He aced again!
Son of a...
Okay, I'm happy with that.
That one's a 3.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Yeah, he's happy with black.
No, that's a 24. All right, I need all of you to make a spirit roll at a -2, opposed by a 24. Yeah, -3 for you, Rosalie.
Opposed by a 20.
Wait.
-2, you then?
A spirit roll at a -2.
I got an ace!
Nice.
Keep going.
But I still got 6.
Okay.
4.
4?
2.
2. All right. You guys have some upsetting dreams. You can't remember specifically what about when you groggily awaken in the morning.
Probably prairie ticks.
But everything, you feel like your sleep was not as restful as it should have been. You awaken with a sense of anxiety or some sort of impending doom just hanging over your head that you can't quite place your finger on the source of. But that's how you awaken to the morning light coming in your slits in your room. It has not been a restful night. You still feel pretty much like hell. You are sore all over and a bit bruised up. All of you see that there is a tray with a couple of pieces of decent-looking fruit and another crust of bread
I get a tray
on the
this time?
ground in your... What?
I get a trade this time?
No, it's another bucket. But it has some fruit and some bread in it.
So they got into my room without me knowing?
While you were asleep, you had a very rough night.
Okay.
The sleep was deep but not restful.
Okay.
So yes, James Bogue, you awaken and are somewhat...
Jay Matthews!
Jay Matthews, thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you
it.
very much.
Are somewhat disconcerted to see that, yeah, they got into your room without you noticing.
Right.
Typically, you're pretty all about that. Guys, we've unlocked the next story reward tier, which is called Cabin Fever.
Everyone gets awesome things!
Everyone's sick.
Or actually, okay, technically, we are 14 cents away from unlocking that tier because earlier on someone donated $26.86. So it is not showing up properly on this document because the graph does not
The graph,
show.
the graph rounds up.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say, since we're only 14 cents away, I'll give you guys that one. We've unlocked Cabin Fever.
14 bits. 14. No, don't do bits.
14 cents.
I want to peer outside of the the slit, and I want to.
It is hard to do so because of where it is placed up on the
Can
wall.
I like
so
push the bed or anything, or the dresser over?
Yeah. You could push those over. They seem to. The dresser is a solidly solid wood piece, but the bed is kind of like on a wire frame. You can move that over fairly easily and stand on top of it. And you look out onto just over the lip of it. You can see just grass everywhere, tall grass.
Okay, so because when we came in, there were other buildings, right? Wasn't there another building here?
No.
No, there was just the one.
Just the one. And you didn't even get a good look at it until you were close enough.
I assume that that's
that sounds like 14 bits.
Yeah, it does.
Who gave me 14 bits?
I think that was.
Yes, that was iDragon 14 with the 14 bits.
Nice.
You rounded it off. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and count that as cash, just so I don't have to keep doing math with cents in it.
Yeah. For some reason, Streamlabs does not connect bits with tips, so
Thank you
they
guys
don't
very
connect
much.
to each other. But we will count that. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
I'd like to use a fate chip to ask you a question
Okay.
as something that we unlocked
That
during
is,
last
that
week's
is
game.
correct.
So
A
I can
yes
ask,
or no question pertaining to the situation at hand.
Are we gonna die here?
Did I see Ludie yesterday?
That's a good question. Yes.
Okay. So now I know in my gut,
Your gut is telling you
I'm 99% sure I saw
you
it.
saw Ludie here.
Okay.
Oh no!
Happy Pie Day.
Thank you
pie, thanks for the pie.
$3.14.
Oh, look at the math he has to do now.
Okay.
Well, no, you can.
Okay.
He's so worried, guys. Thank
back.
you,
Thanks, guys.
Meow.
Okay.
Bringing our total to 152.14.
Miss Byrne, how you doing? Good morning. They taking care of you?
I feel like shit.
Yeah, I don't feel that great myself. Is James over there?
I think James,
Yeah,
you doing all right?
better than I was yesterday.
I don't think I feel the same. Has anyone come by to say anything to you?
No, although they got into my room without me knowing, that doesn't happen.
They do the same to me. I suppose I've got food in here.
I don't know who these Sisters of Imminence are, but right, Sisters of Imminence.
I mean, that is the name that Chaos told you. That has never been a name that you've been able to locate a group by. But your best bet from their being women dressed in white, you're guessing that yes, these might be that group that Howl's been talking about trying to find.
I don't know who they are or why they're keeping us here, but we're in the middle of nowhere right now.
47. Thank you very much for the dollar.
Thanks for the $1.
Thank you. Every dollar goes towards unlocking those.
It definitely
Yes, it
does.
does.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look at the food at the door and just kind of kick it to the side and start banging on the door. It's like, all right, now we've been nothing but gentle on this side. Now let us out. Ludie, I know you're out there.
Sergeant Awesome, thank you.
Sergeant
Thank
Awesome.
you for the
Thanks for the
sub.
You bang for a bit, and there is after a little bit, an answering just crash from the other side.
Thank you,
Duo.
Duo. Yes.
Thank you very much
That's
for
a
the
fix, though.
680. That fixes it. That fixes it.
Thank you so much. Someone
Guys.
screwed up again.
Oh man, this is a great night for me to be handling this from the table. Thank you guys. We're at an even 160 now. That's great. No one else try and fix it. And thank you. You guys are amazing. An answering crash from the other side, and you hear, "Just hang tight. If you all can behave yourselves," no one hears this but Hal.
Okay.
"Then we will invite you down for lunch."
I don't even know what damn time it is.
Look out your window.
My window's dirty.
What kind of frontiersman are you?
A consummate one?
Sorry, we ain't got clocks.
Is there any furniture in this room, like a chair?
There is a dresser and a bed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Would you like to relay that information to everyone?
Yeah. Rose,
Yeah?
did you catch that?
No.
Let me repeat it. They said if we're good, who knows what that means, they'll invite us down for lunch.
Well, isn't that friendly of them? They told me they were going to talk to us this morning.
Yeah. Well, I guess all nothing we can do but sit and wait.
I guess not. We could try to create a bunch of noise, but I don't know. Last time I did that, I got thrown across the room, so maybe that's not such a good idea.
New information.
Who threw you across the room?
There was no one in here. Something threw me across the room, nothing I could see.
I start looking around like,
Ghosts.
Steel ghosts. Yeah, you don't see anything in the room.
now, maybe it's just mine playing tricks on you or something, because nobody's in my room.
You're quite right. My mind completely played a trick on me and threw me across the room. It was quite impressive. Never had my mind do that before.
Will James get tossed around?
I don't think so. James, have you gotten thrown around your room by nothing?
I cannot say I have.
He says no.
All right, well,
I did try to break down the door, so that might have been part of it.
what'd you use?
I used the powers that I have, Hallow.
Oh. I see.
By the way, you have regained 2 power points.
Woohoo!
Well, I'll try not to do that.
Also, Sergeant Awesome gives Rose their.
Yes, Sergeant Awesome.
Miss Byrne.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I guess I'll check the dresser also to see if there's anything inside.
There is nothing in the dresser.
Can I pull apart a drawer into like wooden planks? Just like rip.
Yeah, I guess if you took enough time. I mean, it's a pretty well-built dresser, but you know your way around a solid wood dresser.
Yeah.
So if you took some time and pulled a drawer out, you could probably work all of the like pieces of the drawer into separate pieces of wooden plank.
I just want to get one long one to use as a weapon of some sort.
The heaviest one is the one that makes the front
Yep.
of the drawer. So
Perfect.
yeah, you can get that one pulled apart.
Great.
Okay. So you guys just gonna hang tight for a little bit and
guess.
wait?
I guess so.
All right. A couple of long hours go by. And then one more long hour goes by. But after that, you guys hear some activity from outside. And howl. You hear a kind of dull pounding on the outside of your door. And you hear a muffled voice say, "All right, listen. We trust you enough to let you out. But you ain't been entirely trustworthy, so don't make us regret this, but Sister Mary would like to invite y'all down for lunch. Do you accept this civilized and trusting invitation?"
I do.
All right. Sit tight for a second. I gotta extend this same exact thing to each of your freaking. You just kind of walk on. A pounding from the other side of your door, which kind of shakes the door in its frame now, and you hear a muffled curse from the outside. Same exact thing, almost word for word, is said to you, Rosaline.
Sure.
Do you accept this trusting and civilized invitation?
Sure. But I'm going to stand to the side of the door with my back against the wall.
Okay. All right, hang tight. I got James Bode, pounding on the outside of your door. Same speech. Do you accept this trusting and civilized invitation?
I do.
All right. You hear a bolt being slid back and the door being opened. And that stout, stern woman who you maybe haven't seen yet. You were kind of unconscious. So a stout, stern woman in white, seems to be in her early 40s, is standing there with a shotgun, but she's not got it pointed at you. And she says, "Well then, very kindly, accompany me in getting the rest of your friends so we may go downstairs for lunch."
Does she look more comfortable with the weapon than the one who gave me my food yesterday?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna look behind me though as I walk into the hallway and stuff. I want to see if I can get a lay of like where they were and stuff like that.
Okay. Behind you, down the hall, it kind of stretches on for a bit and disappears into gloom, and you get the impression that there's hallways that branch off down there.
Okay.
After you, would you do me the honor of opening this next door? So there's a big bolt on it. This door seems a bit beat up. And she is standing a fair distance behind you with the shotgun sort of like at a casual ready position. Mm-hmm. It's not trained on you,
right.
but it's not going to take her long to bring it to bear if she needs to.
Yeah.
So you hear the bolt sliding.
She's gonna wait.
And the door opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Is it open in or out?
It opens out.
Okay.
Out.
It screeches as it goes. It doesn't seem to be hitting the wall and floor.
So
in
I
the same
assume I
place.
can't see who's opened the door.
You cannot.
I'm just gonna wait.
Rosie?
James? I'm gonna turn the corner like quickly, like look into the door and then see him and that other.
Yeah, and she's right behind him, just staring reproachfully at you.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Are you well?
Yes. I'm well. It'd be a lot better if we weren't here. I'm
I look
glaring at
I
him.
look in her room and I'm just seeing like all these splinters of wood everywhere. And
Yeah,
just, like,
and half of the like part of the
Yeah.
wall is gone, just
Yeah.
revealing like dented up steel that looks like it's been shot at.
You're okay?
I'm all right. I've been better. It'd be
some-
way better if I wasn't thrown across the room.
She just looks at you quizzically. All right, I think there's one more.
I have a question before this happens.
Yeah,
Did the voice sound like a man or a woman?
it sounded like a woman.
Okay.
You've not heard a man's voice this entire time.
Okay. I figured since she was a bigger, I don't know if like she sounded.
Oh, I mean, she's got a sturdier, huskier voice, but it still sounds feminine.
Okay.
Would you like to open up this next one?
Sure. I will open this door.
Bolt slides back. Door swings open. Rosaline!
Miss
How-
Byrne?
This is your
I think you can lower your hands. How?
lunch invitation. Yes, you
Why
can
don't you
probably
guys
do that.
just open the door if you could do that?
Well, I'm pointing at her.
I see. Hello. And
Hello,
what's your name?
my name's Sister Ratchus.
It's nice to meet you, Sister Ratchet.
Nice to meet you.
Certainly
Down the stairs.
Is that?
Do you want to eat or not?
Actually, I'd like to know where Gabriel Pryor is.
Down the stairs to lunch.
Is that where he is?
I've been instructed to be civil, and I've instructed to be trusting. So,
Who?
as an extension of my civility and the trust I would like you to mirror, I will tell you, no, Mr. Pryor will not be joining us for lunch.
Why?
I cannot answer that question for you, but our host, your host, our sister, I don't like talking like this, will be able to answer that.
Well, I'm just going to point this way.
Yeah,
I'm going to
down
start
the hall.
walking that way.
All right. So you walk down the hall and eventually come to a set of stairs, which you walk down onto a landing, which seems to put you on a second floor, which right in front of you, though, is another stairway down, which you walk down and you find yourself in that entryway that you guys rode into at breakneck pace last evening. And then from behind you, Sister Wright just comes down the stairs and just sort of gestures with the shotgun to the right.
I'll stomp over there.
Okay, so you guys stomp in through a parlor, and then you see through some nice like French doors with glass panels. There appears to be a dining room here, and there's several women in white sitting at a table, kind of expectantly looking.
So which one of you can tell me where Gabriel Pryor is?
So there are several women in here.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 by your count. One of them is behind you with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is the kind of the quiet one with the strange eyes that was outside of your door last night. And she kind of looks back from the table and just kind of smiles at you. The other one is the soft, kind of quiet one as well, who was outside of your door, and she won't make eye contact with anybody. There is another woman who is in the same white outfit as everyone else, but she holds herself like she is a queen of some kind. And her outfit is embroidered very finely with what looks like pearlescent beads. And she is actually wearing a white veil over her face. But she stands as you all walk into the room, and she says, "Good afternoon. Please take a seat at the table."
I do so.
I'm going to stay standing and say, I will sit down when you let me know where the rest of our party is. There are 4 of us.
Miss Byrne, Mr. Pryor would like you to know that he is fine, that you should not go off the rails about this, and just go along with everything. His words.
That does not sound like the preacher to me.
Yeah, sort of sounds like the preacher.
Why can't he tell me that himself?
I will tell you, but first you should eat. We can talk while we eat.
I'll pull the chair out in front of me and sit down.
Okay. Everyone make a notice roll.
DJ
regular. Thank you very much.
Thank
Take a 5.
We might. I'm getting word that we might be off by $1.
Oh
160.86 plus the 5, so 165.86 is the total.
What are we making? I'm sorry.
No, it should be 165 total.
Not according to Streamlabs.
But the 86 was undone by the 314.
Yeah,
Well, that's not what Streamlabs is saying.
because the bits. The Streamlabs Streamlabs isn't counting the bits. I'm counting the bits. We got 14 bits to clear us up.
Well,
and
then
it's-
we'd be at 166.
No, it would be at 170.
Oh my gosh, this is so. We're at 166. Thank you very much, guys. Calling it here. All right, everyone make a notice roll. Thank you, guys. This is very confusing when we don't have someone to help us out behind the scenes.
5.
5.
Ace.
Ace, baby.
Ace.
9.
9.
5.
5. Okay. You both notice that there is one extra place setting at this table down by the rest. So basically, there is this regal-looking woman who is at the head of the table. It's a long dining room with a long, nice, burnished table, polished table. And then on either side of her, there's 2 of the women in white, and then there's the other 2. There's one more place setting that is empty, and then there are the places that were gestured to for you. You notice, James, that something sounds odd about this woman's voice. She sounds like she's speaking in a somewhat strange, kind of stilted fashion. It's not something that you would ordinarily notice, but you've gotten in the habit of being a study of people in your line of work, and something seems just a bit strange about the way she is speaking.
Like, English is not her first language?
Not
or-
necessarily, no. Just something about her voice sounds off. Please grab a seat. Everyone has plates and settings in front of them. You have a bucket.
Really?
And there is a bowl next to it with water in it.
Is this some sort of joke?
No joke, Miss Byrne.
Why do I have a bucket?
We are not used to entertaining so many guests, and we found ourselves running low on table setting.
Have you gotten a bucket? Either one of you?
No. And I do agree, that's quite rude. Let's trade. Why don't you take my
But
plate?
you don't have to take it. I'm just wondering why it's always me. Is there some other reason?
I don't know what you're asking. Some other reason? No.
That you keep giving me a bucket.
You sat in front of the bucket. I don't.
No, it's quite all right. Please, let me have the bucket.
No,
No lady should eat from a bucket.
Mr. Melton, please. Let's just eat and we can talk.
All right, let's talk.
All right. So, Sister Mercy, or Sister Righteous, rather, is the one that is sitting catty corner to you, and she is just staring at you the entire time. I would like to apologize if you feel that you have been mistreated
Quite.
in any way. Miss Byrne, I am extending a bit of an olive branch. It would mean so much to me and my sisters if you would at least give us the opportunity to speak before you decide to burn us in effigy.
I don't want to burn anything. You saved my friends here, but then you locked us in a room.
That we did. We saved
It's a
the
little
lives.
confusing.
We saved the lives of 2 strange men and 4 strange people that burst on horseback through our front door after riding across our land. We do not know you. We have no idea what manner of people you are. And as you can see, we are women here alone. So you'll forgive us for being somewhat mistrusting.
You'll forgive me for not entirely believing everything you just said, but that's fine.
What part of that specifically do you take issue with, Miss Byrne?
A bunch of women. Are you think? Do you expect us to think that you're helpless? Because clearly you're not, and clearly that's been the talk of this area.
I don't expect you to think that we're helpless. You seem like an intelligent, albeit brash individual. But I do expect you to know what the average roaming bandit would think were he to come across a home filled with just women.
Do you think we're the average roaming bandits?
I don't know you, so maybe.
I think someone here knows me. And point of order, I do recall you calling us into your home once you saw us.
Yes, we did, because as much as we may be wary of strangers, we do not wish anyone to suffer the fate that you were bound for had you not been able to receive our aid.
Fair enough.
Now please, eat.
Should we wait for one more guest?
Oh, no. Sister Charity is not feeling well. She will not be joining us for lunch.
Sister Charity.
Sister Righteous, who has been staring at you the whole time, so you're probably the only one who sees this, kind of reddens when the woman says that and looks down just a bit, almost like she's embarrassed. Yes.
And where is my wife?
I'm sorry?
Where's Ludie Melton? I saw her yesterday. She was here.
There's no one here by that name.
I don't know what to tell you, but I saw her. She was here.
Well, I'm very sorry, Mr. Melton, but I don't know that you can trust what you saw. You suffered a very traumatic event yesterday. You could have seen all manner of things.
No, I know something crawled inside my belly. And James's too. But I was awake enough to see the face of my wife before I passed out. I know that was her. I know she's here.
Some of the other women look askance at each other. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Megan?
I want to. Ooh, thank
Whiplash.
you.
Whiplash. Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you.
tip.
I want this woman to spill the beans. And so what I want to do is, as Howell is saying this, I want to say, clearly Howell knows who his wife is, and if he says he saw her, then he saw her. So why don't you be straight with us?
Let me see the card, please.
Okay.
Don't you fandangle this around us. Read that out loud.
The subject of your questioning
Jordan's upset.
tells you everything you want to know, whether by friendly persuasion, intimidation, or force.
This is friendly persuasion.
Right. So, yes,
Yes, what?
you're playing the card.
Oh, yes.
Give me the card.
Okay, bye card.
That is going to last for this scene.
Okay. Yeah, it is very open-ended, that card.
It's a good card. It's a good draw.
Jordan's like, shit, why this episode?
I'd say it more than counterbalances the dud card that James Bogue drew.
No, I can use this.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll tell you everything, and then someone blasts her head off. Whoops, scene's over.
Oh, looks like I found a shortcut through your hedge maze.
You're a dick.
$20. Thank you very much. We have unlocked. Nope. I'm bad at this. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for the tips.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
so
Yes, thank you.
confusing.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Anyways, back to running the game.
Okay.
Secrets.
What was your question?
I said something along the lines, he thinks he saw his wife, then he did, so why don't you explain to us what's going on?
One of the women, the quiet, soft-spoken one, James, that was outside of your door, just looks down the table at the woman standing at the head, and she says, Sister Mary. And Sister Mary looks at her and just kind of puts out a steadying hand. And then she turns and looks at you, Howell. for a long time, and you can't really see her features through this veil, just shadowy suggestions of them. And then she sighs, and she lifts her veil, and you immediately recognize the woman that appeared to you in your barn on the day that Ludie was taken, who told you that she was very sorry, but this was necessary for progress before you were hit from behind and knocked unconscious. She says, "Very well, Mr. Melton. I apologize for any deceit. But yes, clearly you have seen through my ruse." And James, it becomes clear what was sounding strange about her voice. She was affecting a dialect. I believe you have questions.
Where the hell's my wife?
Please, while we talk, you need to eat. You've been through a lot.
I drag the plate onto the floor. I'm done eating.
All the other women just kind of react in shock, except for the one with like sort of the crazy eyes who just sort of looks up at you.
Finally.
I'm done eating.
Mr. Melton, I understand that you are upset. That is perfectly sensible. But there is no reason to resort to violent acts. Now, we do not wish for there to be any sort of conflict here between us and you. I don't know why you're here. I don't know how you found us. But you are here now, and you are entitled to your answers. So yes, I told you that there is no one by the name of Ludie Melton here, because that is not the name that she goes by now. Your wife is known to us and calls herself Sister Charity.
Did you brainwash her?
I did not.
You're saying she came here willingly?
No, I would not go so far as to say that.
So you kidnapped her and then you brainwashed her.
You left me for dead.
Now that I heard about some time later, and I am very sorry for. That was not our intention. Your wife, upon discovering that we had rendered you unconscious in order to make what we had to do easier, threw quite a fit, put up quite a struggle, and kicked over a lantern. We were not aware that that fire was going to spread, but I sometime later learned that your entire home and barn had been burned to the ground, and I feared for your safety. But that was not our intention. Had we known, that would not have been what had happened.
Sounds like you owe him a new house. You just took everything from him. You took his wife and his home, everything he had.
To be perfectly frank, Miss Byrne, it was not us who burned his home down, that was his wife.
But it was you kidnapping her. Clearly. You're going to play the word game with me, are you?
She wouldn't have kicked no lantern if you weren't stealing her away.
Exactly.
I admit to our culpability in this matter, Mr. Melton. And I am very sorry that that is what happened. The other sisters are just sort of silently, like, just eating in awkwardness and just watching what's going on, except for Sister Righteous, who is still staring fixedly at you.
I just glare at her every now and then.
She doesn't care.
I don't care either.
Good, you both don't care, and you're super cool.
Then there's an explosion behind you.
Yeah.
How did you come to this place? How did you come to find us?
Some folk were talking about women wearing white toting shotguns, and, you know, my gut said run, and I run.
There was a warm snap a few weeks back. We didn't want anyone wandering into an untimely demise. So yes, against my better judgment, we did have a few of our sisters stand sentry outside of the tall grass.
Outside of your minefield?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Miss Byrne. Do you take issue with the fact that we're trying to warn people away from so horrible a fate as what would have befallen Mr. Bogue and Mr. Melton?
Why didn't you say that instead of minefield?
I don't know if you've spent much time in this area, but people tend to respond more to the threat of detonating explosives than they do warning large insects will crawl inside of your mouth.
Really, I think I might have responded more to that.
I
But,
very much doubt that you would have taken that sign very seriously, Miss Byrne.
but clearly, we
Although,
didn't take.
hindsight is clearly 2020, so I see where you are coming from.
Hal's going to stand up very slowly and look down at Sister Mary. Or she's standing.
She's sitting at this point.
She's sitting. Sister Mary, is it?
Yes.
Now listen. And listen carefully. If you were a man, I would have beaten you 10 minutes ago to get my wife.
You see Sister Righteous and the one with the crazy eyes kind of stiffen a bit at those words, and you feel their bodies kind of like tense.
I live by a code of honor, and I've never raised my hand against a woman, and I never hope to do so.
You wouldn't.
But by this point, you have burned my life to the ground and stolen my wife. And every man's got their breaking points. So right now, I want you to tell me where my wife is and take me to her or bring her down.
Mr. Melton, your wife is in her room, and I, believe me, am sympathetic to your situation. And I know that you must have missed your wife terribly this whole time, and probably feel as though you would give anything to see her. But has it occurred to you, Mr. Melton, that your wife may not feel the same way about you?
No. No, that has not occurred to me. Why would that happen? Why would that happen?
Your wife understands things that she did not understand before. She understands the world and her place in it in a different way. And she has been here since we took her with us. And she has been let out of the rooms that you all found yourselves in for some months now. And she has not tried to find her way back to you. Now I know, believe me, I know, that this may be hurtful to hear. But there is a reason for that, Mr. Melton.
Is there a reason you're keeping her apart from me right now? Why can't you come down here and tell me all this?
It was not my choice to keep her apart from this
Well,
right
whose
now.
choice was it?
It was hers.
What? All of this sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
Does it?
It does.
I assure you, Miss Byrne, I am being completely honest with you.
Well,
As
I believe
have-
that.
As I see no other option.
But I think that you're being. You think you're being honest, but I think this just doesn't make any sense. It sounds like you've manipulated this poor woman.
Mr. Pryor did say that you would feel a need to prove
I
that
really
you were
don't
the
like you talking
strongest
about
person
him
in
like
the
that.
room.
How'd you know our names?
Mr. Pryor told me.
He told you our names?
He did.
What would make him leave us here like this? That's what I want to know. I've spent a lot of time with people who try to manipulate others. And it seems like you're in a position to do that here.
I asked him nicely. That is the truth. As dictated by the card. You guys have the advantage of knowing that she cannot lie to you in this situation.
What do you want to do here, Howell?
Doesn't mean she has to reveal information that you guys don't ask about.
I'll follow whatever it is you want to do.
Can you tell me how we're sitting at this table? Like who? It's a long.
Sure. So a
rectangle.
long table. So Sister Mary is at the head of it.
Okay.
Sister Righteous, and the one who is the crazy-eyed one is across from Sister Righteous.
We'll call her Crazy Eyes.
Crazy Eyes. Well, here in a bit, I'll introduce you to them so we can stop coming up with these weird monikers. But you haven't met them yet, so Crazy Eyes.
Sister Crazy Eyes.
Then the soft-spoken one.
Okay.
Sister Soft-Spoken One.
Yeah. Then Nobody.
Empty. Okay.
Yeah, conspicuously.
Sister Nobody.
And then the three of you.
Sister Not Opinion.
And a chair with
RPG.
no place mat, no place setting.
And which way did we come from upstairs?
in through here. Don't worry, guys. This is not super important for you guys. It's just more for visualization for whatever it is Howell is thinking right now.
He's gonna punch everyone.
One big punch.
Punch everyone.
James and Rose Doug.
All right. Well, look, you got to understand, I've known my wife for a long time. There's no way, there's no rotten way. She would just not want to see me.
As I said, Mr. Melton, I am very sympathetic to the way that you are feeling. But I assure you that it is at her request that she is not at this meal with us.
Well, if it's at her request, I want to hear it from her mouth. And I start walking behind them, towards the stairs.
Where are you going, Mr. Melton?
I'm going to find my wife.
Please remain here. We will ask her. We will tell her what you are saying, but I wish to respect her wishes, and I feel that you should as well.
Says you. We don't even know if they're her wishes.
I assure you, I'm being completely
Who
open.
doesn't know that?
Mr.
Thank you,
Pope,
Stephen
Stephen Pope, thank you
Thanks
very much for the tip.
15.
Thank you.
All right, well, bring her down. Before I do something really stupid.
Sister Mercy, will you please go speak to Sister Charity and see if she wishes to speak to Mr. Melton? So Sister Mercy, who is the soft-spoken one, kind of looks at everybody and just nods quietly and gets up and says, "Excuse me," and heads out the door and up the stairs.
Where's Gussie and Dot?
Your horses are safe. We have a enclosure behind the house.
Have you checked on Gussie lately?
The horse does have a tendency to wander, but I assure you, for obvious reasons, this whole area is sealed very tightly. They burrow, you see, and we don't want them coming up from any place.
Why would you decide to live in the midst of all this?
I didn't. They followed me here.
Those creatures out there followed you.
Yes, although not those specifically. It's
Then what is
difficult
it
to explain.
that you are for them to want to follow you?
Miss Byrne.
Bogue's just.
It's just like, he's like, this is really good prison food. Miss Byrne, as you insist on being the smartest and loudest person in the room, allow me to put your mind at ease by unsettling it. The world is not what it appears to be. There is much more happening than you could guess at. There is a dark tide rising in the world right now, all around us, and the average person has no knowledge of it. I do not have that luxury.
We know about that. For what it's worth.
You know about what?
Dark tides, things rising in the world, weird things out in the world that don't make any sense.
Yeah, we've seen all manner of things. Wish I hadn't.
What is it that you know?
Why
Although,
should
of
we
course, I
share-
know that you know some things, since you treat with that same darkness in order to steal its power. And even the two of you have been touched by some immeasurably dark force.
Ain't nothing touch me, something touch you.
She's talking about chaos, Howell.
I know.
Whom?
We understand that there are entities coming to reckon with the world. That's about all we know.
Interesting way of phrasing it, but yes. Yes.
If you've been talking to Gabe, would he have not said something about this?
It hasn't come up, really, has it?
I would have no idea because you won't let me talk to him.
Does it strike you as information that Gabriel Pryor would divulge freely?
I don't know. He seems to be real friendly with you right now.
Well, it's amazing what not shouting and trying to break things immediately can accomplish.
You mean talking? You
Yes.
spent a lot of time talking with him.
Yes,
How's that working for you?
quite well. We're on nice terms.
That's good.
Mr. Pryor was very receptive to my suggestions
What suggestions?
that he remain isolated in meditation in order to explore the connection he has with some greater power.
And he agreed to that.
He did. Does this upset you, Miss Byrne?
No, it's perfectly fine.
Is it? It doesn't seem that way.
It's just the preacher sitting in a room, quiet, not talking to nobody. Doesn't seem like a thing he would do. But
Well,
guess I don't
it
quite
does
know.
sort of seem like something he would do lately. But it doesn't matter. It's not what we're here for.
What are you here for, Sister Mary? And all of you?
Sister Mercy returns at this point, and just kind of like quietly, as James Bogue is asking that, seems like she doesn't want to get in the way of things, and she kind of walks over to the table and grabs the seat. Well, I will answer that question, but it seems Mr. Melton has something he wishes to ask of Sister Mercy. Sister Mercy, what information do you bring? Sister Charity says that after everyone has had their lunch and had their say, that she will see Mr. Melton in her room. And she looks up at Sister Mary. I said he seemed quite upset, so she asked if it was all right if there not be a chaperone. And Sister Mary said, of course. I don't think I put the $15 in from... No, I did. Did I?
No, I don't think you did.
Did I not do it?
I thought you did. Oh, I don't know.
I can't tell. But we have a toast. Everyone raise their glass.
Oh,
From Stephen Pope.
oh.
A toast to Jordan, wherever he is tonight.
A
A toast to Jordan, wherever he is tonight. Set him up and knock him down. And I don't know if I put that in or not. It's kind of important.
We should be at 201 probably on there.
201.
Say. $200.86.
Okay, 201. So we have unlocked a token of plot armor.
Ooh.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Plot armor.
Do you know how many gifts I have of you guys dancing? There's another one.
Dance
So
butts.
back to your question.
Yes.
What was it again?
What are you doing here?
I am not from this country, as is obvious. I am from England. And I became aware at a young age that something was not quite right with the world. Something was not quite right with me. I was different than others around me, and I made it my mission to learn. I came to the New World, and I brought the money of my family with me. And I did learn. I spoke to people, I traveled, I kept my eyes and ears open, and I see things differently than other people do. And I found that there are others like me. And so I find them, and I bring them here, and I tell them what is happening, and I tell them what they can do to stop it. And then I give them a choice to stay or to leave. And they stay.
These are all women?
Yes, for some reason, this... I don't know if it's because of the inherent female strength, but women seem to be the only ones who I have found with these differences.
What sort of differences?
We are born differently. I don't know how much reading you have done, Miss Byrne, on the study of the human mind, but there are abilities that humanity can manifest. Not everyone can. Some people are predisposed to it, and I find those people. I see those people. And I help them
Kidnap them.
learn who they are. All the other sisters are still kind of eating in like this awkward silence. Not the crazy-eyed one though. She just keeps looking up at you and smiling and like slurping her soup.
I'm gonna grumble and walk back to my chair and pick up the plate and as much food as I can. Just start.
Scrape some of
Sorry.
the stew off the carpet. Mr. Melton, does this satisfy?
Satisfied? No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why would Ludie want any part of this? Why would she come to you instead of me?
You'll have to speak to Sister Charity herself.
What are you doing here out in the middle of nowhere? How's this going to help anybody?
For some reason, wherever I go, things follow. I sought to build a place out here away from the rest of the world, a safe place where we could be isolated and safe here, but also keep people from being exposed to what seeks us out.
And is it working? Are you helping anybody from here? Or?
Well, have you encountered these insects anywhere else but here?
No, but that's not saying a whole lot.
Can't say that I have.
Then in some small part it appears to be working.
Right, you're a bug magnet. Great.
Yes.
Why does everybody else have to be there? Why can't you just be here catching bugs and everybody else can
Because
go?
we want to be. Now, are you going to keep asking Sister Mary all these questions, or are you going to eat your food and go talk to your wife?
Well, I gotta be honest, you've just left us with more questions than answers here. And also, are we prisoners?
No, you're not prisoners. In fact, I would like nothing more than for you to leave, but as it is not yet time, it's still a bit unseasonably warm. They're going to be active, but Sister Charity has told us in 3 days' time there will be a cold snap. So at that point, they should become more docile, and it should be safe for you to leave.
3 days.
That's not really so much time. We do okay here. We got plenty to eat and things to keep us busy, and we all keep each other company.
What kind of stew is this?
It's chicken. We're not
Chicken.
savages.
Where are the chickens coming from?
We raise them.
All right,
We have a conservatory out back.
all right.
And a bit of an enclosed stable, that's where your horses are being held. They're being well taken care of. Sister Righteous is excellent with animals. It's true. I got away with them.
I reckon you do.
Sister Vengeance, please stop slurping your soup.
I'm sorry, her name is Sister Vengeance?
Yes. Sisters choose their names when they join the sisterhood.
Oh. Huh. Sister Charity.
May I have my pipe?
Who took your pipe?
J. Matthews.
J. Matthews 85, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Did someone take his pipe? I'm supposed to take his pipe? Give him his pipe. Sister Vengeance kind of looks up at you, and she reaches underneath the table, and she pulls out a pipe and your bag of tobacco.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry about that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Sister Vengeance, no.
I look at the tobacco. Quietly start putting it into the pipe.
Now, what do you all know of this darkness? More than what you've said.
Oh. Well. You know any shamans?
Yeah, I spoke to a few.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
What's his name?
Wolf, who walks through fire.
Who leaps through fire?
Leaps through
He
fire.
leaps through fire.
Don't believe so, but I believe I've heard the name. He travels with another.
Star lizard.
Yes, yes. They are spoken of quite well by the coyote people.
Well, they are allies of ours, friends, acquaintance. I'm not quite sure, but they seem friendly enough to us.
Well, yes, they are very wise from what I hear.
They've told us of, well, I don't know how much of this you believe, but visions of ones chosen and such not, and I don't know, it all sounds like hogwash to me, but apparently we're pretty important, all manner of things.
You all are.
I know it sounds stupid, look at us, but that's what they said.
But she entreats with demons.
Now that's rude,
It's true.
but it's still rude.
It's factual. I've no time for nicety here.
What is it that you entreat with?
I entreat with nothing.
Nothing.
I entreat with humanity. I see it coming off of you in waves. This darkness that you think you control. Blind Seer, thank you very much. That is the last story goal. That is Quoth the Raven that has been unlocked.
Cool. We meet Edgar
So
Allan
thank you
Poe.
guys very much for that.
Final boss, Edgar Allan Poe.
We're about 40 years too late.
The mystery box remains.
Wildcards.
Not in this world.
Not in the Weird West.
Never know. Alternate reality.
He's a poet with bullets.
He's like 100 years old now.
He could be. He's haired.
So, in the interest of time, is there much else that you guys want to ask of her, or shall we jump ahead to Howl?
I don't know.
Speaking of
Rosalind's
Sister
just
Charity?
irritated and mad now.
Noted. Everyone knows. Sister Righteous has been staring at you this whole time. Though.
Yeah, I glared over now.
You get the impression she is keeping an eye on you. Well, I'm very sorry for whatever it is that you've all suffered. And I'm very sorry that you made your way here, and I'm very sorry that you did not find the answers that you were hoping to find. But I hope that speaking with Sister Charity will help you to move on. Now, if you all wish, you have free reign of the house for the next few days until it is cold enough for you to leave. I
No more
recommend
locked doors?
not going outside. Should I be locking your doors, Miss Bone? Do we have anything to fear from you?
I'm asking if you're locking our doors. You say we can wander around. We aren't going to be locked in our rooms if we go in there.
That would be what free reign of the house would
I'm
mean.
just double checking.
Well, consider it double-checked.
And no more buckets for her, all right? If you gotta give someone a bucket, give it to me.
Only if she promises not to watch.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
Oh, you mean you don't want me to see through your eyes?
Correct.
That's why you're giving me the buckets then. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Because that's what I thought.
Well, I didn't really want to reveal that we knew you could do that. It
Well,
seemed
clearly you
imprudent.
do.
Yes, we do. So
Go talk
buckets
to your
or
wife.
no?
Do whatever you need to. Clearly we have to stay here for the next 3 days.
You're gonna go talk to your wife?
Yeah.
Everyone raise a glass. We have a toast from J. Matthews 85.
Ooh!
And I have to change this. Yeah.
Change it, change it.
J. Matthews 85 would like us to toast. I'm off to bed to rest my head. When I watch the VOD, I hope y'all aren't dead. I'm off to bed to rest my head. When I watch the VOD, I hope y'all aren't dead. Set them up and knock them down. Thank you very much, J. Matthews 85.
Me too.
Oh, and we have another toast
Toast.
from Blind Seer.
Oh.
Hauntingly, as if from that one word your souls do outpour, toast, nevermore. So all we toast is nevermore. Set them up and knock them down. Thank you very much, Blind Seer.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad we all got that. That would have been bad.
So as you leave the room and leave Sister Mary, patience wearing thin, as she discusses the necessity of buckets with Rosaline. Sister Vengeance, who is suddenly striking matches and just watching them go out and then laying them neatly on the table. And Sister Righteous, who's just watching this whole thing happen as Sister Mercy sits and just seems to wish everyone could get along.
I like her.
You head out of the room and upstairs.
Okay.
And Ludie is standing waiting for you at the top of the stairs.
Ludie, is that you?
Mr. Melton, please, will you accompany me to my room? And she walks down the hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right, and she gestures for you to come into her room. It looks very similar to the rooms you guys were in, except the doors are not made of such reinforced stuff. Everything seems very solidly built in this house, though. And there is a bit more of a lived-in feel, although it's still fairly Spartan. And there are 2 chairs in here, and she takes one and she gestures for you to take the other.
Okay. I walk in and I take off my hat. I sit in the chair.
So what did you want to talk about?
What did I want? It's been damn near half a year. Something like that. And that's the first thing you... Are you... Let me...
I'm sorry if this has been hard for you. It's not been easy for me either, but such is life.
Can I look at her hand to see if she's wearing a wedding ring?
Yes.
She is?
She is not.
She's not.
She's not wearing a wedding ring. There is a tan line where once a wedding ring was, though.
Tell me what happened.
What happened? You know what happened, how they took me. I fought. I didn't know what happened to you. I was worried that you were dead. They were worried you were dead, but I didn't care. They were these terrible people who pulled me away from my life. Or so I thought. But I spent some time here. And I learned. And I learned what I am. And what I can do. And what I need to do. And I've seen things. And so I stayed. And I will do whatever Sister Mary asks of me. That's what happened.
I mean, did you even try to look for me, or... I can't... I've been searching for you for so long. I thought you'd be happy to at least... I'm not dead.
I am glad to see that you are okay. But I was brought here, and I was kept upstairs where you were all being kept until I was able to come to my senses. And then I understood things. And I understood why I couldn't go back.
And why can't you go back? I mean, I know our home, it's gone. It's all gone, but...
What did Sister Mary tell you?
Some nonsense about darkness springing up, and look, I've heard this more than once, and
It's not nonsense.
I know it's not nonsense. I know
She
it's
says
not.
you've seen it yourself. She says Mr. Pryor has said that you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to turn my life upside down and forget about my wife.
Did she tell you what I can do? Because you never believed me.
She did not tell me what you can do, and I apologize for not believing you, but I you know, it sounded preposterous.
Well, that's true. I see things. I see things that are going to happen, and then they do. And they're not usually far off things, but I see them and they happen. We all can do things. That's why we're here. That's why Sister Mary found us. That's why she's bringing us together. We are the only ones who can fight this rising tide.
I mean, does that mean you're not coming back with me?
No, I'm not. You should just leave when you can, and you should forget about this place.
Ludie, how long were we married?
Mr. Melton,
No, just
I don't see
just humor me.
10 years.
10 years. Damn decade. Now, in that time, do you think I hadn't learned to read your face?
Yes, I imagine you thought you had. But I also imagine that you read things there that you didn't wish to see and so explained away.
I did. I'm sure I did, and I'm sorry. It's hard for someone to believe anything like this. It's still hard for me to believe. I've seen things with my own two eyes.
Howell, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what you were hoping to accomplish. I told Sister Mary that I didn't want to see you because I didn't want to go through this painful conversation with you. You are not going to get what you want out of the situation. Things are not going to be wrapped up with a neat little bow, Howell. So you should go when it's time for you to go with your friends. You should leave. There's no point for you to just torture yourself.
Howell stands up. He just kind of looks at her and then kind of sighs. And he puts his hat back on. And then he kind of fiddles with his hand a little bit. And then pulls off his wedding ring and sets it on the chair. I bet you saw that coming too, huh? Then he walks out.
All right.
Oh my god.
And where does he go?
Oh my god.
He goes back to the room he was in and shuts the door.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I want to look around the house.
I want to lock his door. Just as a goof.
Just because.
It is a big house.
Yeah, well, I want to look for information.
What sort of information are you looking for?
Books. I don't know. I want to see what rooms.
Sister Righteous is right
I don't give a
behind
shit.
you.
I want to try to see what rooms I can get into.
What are you looking for?
Well, I figure if I'm here, I better find something to do, and you all seem quite interested.
What do you like to do?
I like to read. What sorts of books do you have?
We have a library.
What do you have in your library?
Books. Here. She takes you over to
Aren't you sweet?
a library that it seems to be well stocked with books and has some comfortable looking chairs.
So helpful.
Read away. You've got nothing but time.
I want to look through the books and see what kind of books they have. I'm looking for books that would, I don't know, give me some clue as to who they are. Anything that stands out to me. I'm using my curiosity here.
There are a lot of books in here. You spent some time going through the library. History books, there's books on different cultures, there's books on mythology, there are books on psychoanalysis written by, would sound like European people. There's all kinds of books, but nothing. It seems like a pretty well-stocked library of a well-read academic person.
Okay, then I want to go. I literally want to find doors and figure out which doors I can go through.
Okay.
I'm looking for offices or like rooms like that. I just want to see what information I can gain. If they're not going to give it to me the way I want it, then I'll try to read it.
Make a notice roll. Gonna re-roll that with some Curse Bandage Gold?
Yeah.
That's an ace.
It is an ace. Yes.
6. Okay. So you spend a lot of time just pouring through the house with Sister Righteous just arms crossed, like stomping after you, like she is resentful of this just as much as you are. You walk through a really nice sitting room. You walk through a kitchen. You walk through a study.
Anything particular in the study?
No, everything seems lived in. It seems, you go through the desk. There's stationery. There's letters and things. You pour through them. They're mostly like things that are just kind of like dry. That seem to be inner house letters. Like, oh, remember we need to take care of this hole, patch this hole. It seems like there is a lot of stuff talking about checking that everything in the house is repaired and sealed. The upstairs there's a whole another floor of living quarters that seem to be where the sisters live. Some of those doors are closed and locked, and when you try and get into them, Sister Wright just says, those are private quarters, all right? That's where we live, so could you stay out of our things?
I don't know.
Or is that too much trouble, Queen of the World?
Got up in my things, didn't you?
Did I? Have I gone through your things?
I don't know. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I'm also looking for Gabe and all of this.
No sign of Gabe.
Yeah. It's...
There is a downstairs out back. There is an enclosed large area that's kind of like a hot, humid, smelly yard where there are some chickens around, and it looks like they're growing enclosed crops in an almost greenhouse type area. There is a stable. This is a very large enclosure where you see Dot and Gussie. Gussie seems super upset, but the stable is well put together, and she doesn't seem to have a lot of room to move, and she just kind of bucks at it. And then the third floor seems to be all rooms like the ones that you guys found yourselves in. There's a lot of them. Thus concludes the tour.
I think I might like to go through the house again.
Sure.
I'm just gonna keep wandering around.
She keeps following
I
you.
know.
James, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting with Sister Mercy, I guess. And how'd you come to be with the others here?
Oh, Sister Righteous and Sister Vengeance stole me from my family's wagon train. It was really traumatic.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I forgave them, and I sent my folks a letter, so they know, that I'm okay.
They haven't sent anyone for you?
Well, no, they sent some letters back, some pretty angry ones. Vampire 54! Thank you very much for the tip.
$49.
What the heck?
Thank you so much.
That puts us at a draw from the mystery box.
What?
Oh,
Mr. Buckdraw!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Which we'll draw right now.
Can go
We'll draw right
bad.
now.
we'll draw right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you drawing? from
Mystery
it?
box, turn. Tell us the mystery that we shall learn.
I hope it's a new wife for Howl.
Oh.
Too soon?
Uh-oh.
I am thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What do you think it is?
6.
What do you think it is?
8.
What do you think it is?
3.
The number I was thinking of was 3. So, Hal Melton, next session you start with an extra fate chip.
Yeah!
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
We got a good mystery this time.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Many mysteries remain unplumbed in the box.
Wow, an extra feature.
I'll make a note of that.
Speaking of fate chip,
Yeah.
I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
So like she said, I've been married to Ludie for 10 years.
Correct.
Do I think from that conversation that she's been brainwashed?
No.
Okay.
But my family, they seem to have made their peace with my decision. Not everybody makes the decision to tell everybody, but I just seemed polite.
You had they gave you free reign to do however you saw fit to come here, and after they kidnapped
that's
you?
very sweet of you to worry about me, but I'm quite fine, and I can handle that shotgun. I just don't much like to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, don't worry about that. I've been in tough spots before, and I've always found my way out of them. Oh yes, that is what I'm doing. Yes, sorry. Yes, sometimes I forget. I am responding to the things you're thinking.
Stop!
instead
Get out of my head.
Oh, sorry. It's reflexive.
Good day to you.
Oh, good day.
Quick, how many Cokes he's thinking of?
2. She, as you're turning to go, she says, "Wait, are you handy with things? We could use a help around the house. Just since you're here,
What do you need?
just need help shoring up holes and checking for things, making sure there's not any damage or openings for any of those things to get through."
Yeah, I can help a little.
All right, I'll go get a hammer. Or would you prefer? No, oh, right. No, you can do carpentry. Okay. And she goes and gets a hammer, and you spend some time helping her just sort of like shore up bits in places around the house. How do you spend the rest of the day in your room?
I spend a good couple hours in there.
Okay.
Just sitting on the bed. And then I'll come outside and walk downstairs.
Sister Vengeance is standing outside when you come outside.
I just kind of nod and walk past her.
She holds out a hand, and there's like a crumpled tulip bulb in it, like the bloom of a tulip.
What's this?
She kind of takes your hand and puts it on there and gives it to you, and then she smiles and turns and leaves.
All right. Just pocket that, I guess, in my pocket. I'll walk downstairs. And
At some point, you probably pass Rosaline and Sister Righteous just clomping up the stairs.
If I pass him, I would stop and talk.
Okay.
Did you talk to your wife?
yeah.
And did you learn anything? You found her.
I feel like I did. I feel like she's still lost.
Did you get any... Wait, she's different? She's not...
She ain't coming.
She's chosen to stay here? Do you think they brainwashed her?
No. No, I don't think so.
Did she tell you why she chose to stay here?
Said she sees things. Sees all manner of things.
Like the vision she had before?
I never believed her before, and seems she holds a grudge about that, and I don't blame her, but I thought there was more than that to us. Maybe I was wrong.
I'm sorry to hear that, Howell.
I'm sorry to have endangered our lives bringing us here for nothing.
Well, it wasn't for nothing. At least you know where she is, I guess. And maybe we still have a few days. We don't know where Gabriel is. Maybe we'll learn some more. Something that can help us understand this whole situation better.
Where is that doggone preacher anyways?
I don't know. And
Mr. Pryor's in isolation. But as much his idea as Sister Mary's, she's trying to help him access his abilities.
His abilities. Did you know he has abilities now, since we talked with Chaos?
What kind of a... I don't really want to know. I've had enough of that one day.
Well, you're in the wrong house for that, Mr. Melton.
Maybe you should back off of Howell.
Oh!
You can yell at me if you want, but he's
now
clearly
we're
having a
emotionally
hard time.
sensitive. So when everyone else is having a hard time,
apologize,
then we
Howell.
pile on.
I apologize.
Oh, but now, I'm sorry, Mr. Melton, and actually, truly,
she's
I am.
clearly-
She just rubs me all kinds the wrong
She's
way.
clearly going to
Nothing.
follow me around, so it's better if you don't come near
Gabe,
me.
thank you for the $25.
Thank you, Gabe. There he is! We
Gabe,
found him!
got him.
He's in this
He's in
screen.
isolation.
He just pops out of a closet. He's like, "Here's $25. All of you be quiet."
No, it's,
I told you there weren't mines there.
He says, "Where the hell am I?"
no, you don't. It's all right. You don't have to fight. It's nothing. I don't take anything personally. Nothing's just.
I don't think it has anything to do with you. She just clearly has a thing for me or something like that. So she's going to follow me around. If you don't want to deal with her, don't come near me, I suppose.
Look, I know.
She wants to
Try
hit
it.
you so bad.
Listen,
Please.
I already did.
You're the one who threw me across the room.
I didn't say that.
Oh, then do you take it on yourself to hit women in their sleep?
You were asleep? Just happened to explode in your sleep? Is that
No,
what happened?
I'm asking-
Is that what you expect me to believe?
If you didn't throw me across the room, then what hit are you referring to?
Just in my mind. I've been hitting you all day.
I think that sounds like some sort of innuendo, don't you think, Howell?
No. No. Sister Ratchet, was it? What was it?
Righteous.
Ratchet, I'm sorry.
Righteous.
Righteous. I'm sorry. Look, I know you must look down upon Rose for what she can do, and
I don't. I look down upon her because she's been a righteous bitch the entire time she's been here.
Isn't she lovely? Wouldn't you like to spend more time with her?
well, this righteous bitch, as you call her, has saved my life more times than I can say.
I don't doubt it. She seems stubborn as all hell. I wouldn't mind having her have my back in a fight, but as it stands right now, I'd much rather be anywhere but having to shadow her around.
Well, treat her with a little more honey, and you might get her in your side.
I appreciate it, Howell.
I ain't
don't
gonna
know.
be sweet to a spoiled little brat.
Spoiled.
Yeah. Your friend Mr. Bogue just was quiet and got along with things, and he's doing fine. She threw a tantrum and then expects the world to just bow to her.
I apologize for trying to get us out of here.
Well, you did take her.
Yeah, where would you like to go? Back out in the field with them bugs? Be my guest.
Clearly, that's
Door's
not
not
what I
locked.
want. I would like
Just
to
walk
not
right out
feel
there.
Like
Look,
a
She
please.
has a right to throw a tantrum. You took her other half away, and we haven't seen him since. So she has every right to be as upset as she is.
I'll say that's probably fair. But in fairness, we didn't know that we could trust any of you. And it seems like y'all ain't the least dangerous people. So maybe we's right to. Maybe everybody was right to treat everybody the way that they did.
You're right. You should expect us to be dangerous when you go around stealing people's wives.
You don't understand.
No, clearly I don't understand
You
because
just treat with
kidnap is not
demons.
something that is usually all right.
It's fine. Let's just stop. Let's stop. Where's Sister Mary?
Probably downstairs in her study. That's where she spends most of the day.
All right, I'm gonna go find her, and you two just stay calm. Maybe talk about things you both like.
Oh, I'm sure we can find some things we both like.
I
Don't you think?
very much doubt that.
See, it's going to go well. Don't worry about us, Howell.
I walk away.
Listen, I'm fine to talk if you just be genuine for a second instead of being so much holier than thou all the time.
Yes, clearly I'm the one who's holier than
And
thou.
that fades away as you walk down to the study. Sister Mary's seated at her desk. She looks up. I see that went about as well as I expected it to. I'm sorry, Mr. Melton. I really am.
So she can see things.
Yes, Sister Charity has the ability to see a short way into the future. It's a type of clairvoyance.
What about the other sisters? What kind of abilities do they have?
Well, that's really their decision to talk to you about that. It's not mine to just speak of them. They are my family, as it is. A strange family we may be, a family with unpleasant origins, I grant, but family all the same. I would not betray the trust of my family.
It's a strange word, but I understand. Family is, those folk in the other room are closest thing I got to family now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Melton. It's a poor choice of words on my part.
Yeah.
But it is accurate.
So, here's where I am. I walk up to her desk and put my hands just flat on there.
Okay, she meets your gaze.
I want to join.
I'm sorry?
I want to be a brother of Imminence.
Mr. Melton, I understand your position, but there is no place for you here.
Now, if she's not coming with me, I'm staying with her.
Mr. Melton.
Whether she likes it or not.
That's not the way this works.
Well, damn, how does it work? I gotta see visions or toss people around, or?
Yes.
Well, I can toss anybody around. Bring them over.
There are some things in this world, Mr. Melton, and maybe you've encountered one or two yourself. I see something that lingers around you that speaks the truth of this. There are some things that you cannot toss around.
Is it because I'm a man?
I don't make the rules.
Well, you can change the name. It doesn't have to be Sisters.
It's not about that, Mr. Melton. Men don't seem to be chosen for whatever reason. Men do not seem to develop this ability. That might not be the case, but that has been my experience.
You can't use a gun hand?
We have gun hands here, Mr. Melton, and far more potent things than guns.
So I'm just supposed to walk away.
Yes.
Just walk away from after all this. I found the thing I've been looking for, and I should just breeze on by.
Yes.
She's fine. She's gonna be fine. Seeing visions of dark futures and all that.
We will take care of her, Mr. Melton. I understand this has all been a lot to handle. Perhaps we should all just have a night of rest, and we can speak further in the morning. Perhaps Sister Charity will be more willing to speak with you tomorrow. I don't know. I will talk to her. I will let her know that you're having a hard time with this. And I know how nonsensical that must sound coming from me, and I know what you must think of me, Mr. Melton, but believe me when I say there is no part of any of this that is easy for me. I do what I do because it is necessary, not because I enjoy it.
All right.
Now we only all sit down together for lunch, but if you stop into the kitchen, I imagine soon Sister Mercy will have our meal prepared, and she will give you your dinner for the evening, and then after a full day of meals and a good night of rest, perhaps you will feel better. Perhaps we'll all be able to sort this out.
All right. All right. Yeah. He walks away.
Okay, so the various sisters you spend most of the day helping Sister Mercy shore things up, and then she excuses herself to go make dinner. But the rest of them let you know, even Sister Righteous begrudgingly, that you can get your meal from the kitchen. Do you guys eat?
Yeah.
It is more hearty stew. It still tastes good, but you can see that maybe they eat a lot of stew and might be hurting for other things.
Grandpa's house.
And then they all start to prepare for the evening as the sun goes down outside. A couple of them, are in the sitting room speaking quietly, but they all retire.
I'm just, I don't know, angry and frustrated.
Hey, Bogue, we should go check on our horses.
I did see them out there. Gussie seems annoyed, but
Yeah, I
alright.
should go calm her down. You want to come with?
All right.
So you walk out to the horses.
Okay. Gussie is folded into some sort of U shape in the stall and seems to have just resigned to being stuck here. It looks like she tried to turn herself around and then got stuck and then couldn't get unstuck, and then she doesn't seem to be in any pain. She just seems frustrated.
Okay. I unbolt the door and just let her out for a little bit and hold her by a rope. I hold her close. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't let her run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she gets out and is just she's not trying to run, but she's just kind of pulling you all over the enclosed space.
Whoa.
She just starts walking around the edge of the enclosure over and over again.
Yeah, just find a pole and tie her to it. She's gonna walk a little bit and just
Oh, okay.
stretch her legs.
Okay.
How you holding up, Bogue?
Dot takes an apple that you offer that you found in the kitchen and very politely eats it gratefully.
I have another apple for Gussie, but I'm just like,
Oh yeah, just
I don't think she deserves
I'll
this.
just put it over here.
yeah. That you toss. She'll find her way.
Chicken comes over and starts pecking at it
Yeah, that seems about
disinterestedly.
right. I'm all right. How are you?
I've been better.
Yeah.
I've been better.
What happened with your Ludie?
I don't quite know, to be honest. She seems to have changed her mind on quite a lot of things and holds a bit of a grudge against me.
A grudge?
That's what it feels like, but I can't quite tell. I didn't believe her visions and such. I mean, that's why I came to you folk in the first place.
I remember.
And now that it is very much a real thing, and here we are, she seems to resent me a little bit for holding her back. But I've never been a believer of that sort of thing.
Well, listen, Hal, I can't pretend to know what you're going through. Not having been a married man myself, and certainly not one who had his wife taken from him, but certainly the extenuating circumstances have left a...
What? You had a daughter out of wedlock? Just fun with you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Gotta keep...
Fun story.
Should keep our spirits up, you know?
Anyway, I understand what you may be going through a little bit, but whatever they're doing here, the methods that they are procuring these people with, I don't necessarily agree with, but there is some sort of higher calling that appears to be persuading them to stay, and they do have significant abilities.
Yeah.
If Ludie's ability is to see the future, Sister Mercy has somehow can read my mind.
What?
I did but nothing but look at her, and she repeated exactly what I was thinking.
Are you here for this conversation?
No, I don't think I followed them.
Okay.
If that's all true, I believe that Ludie is safe. Whether she is going to be your Ludie anymore, well, as much as she was before, I don't know that she is.
Yeah, I don't know either, but, part of me wants to go in there guns blazing and steal her back. Because they did steal her.
I understand that, and I know that feeling.
Part of me wonders, what if I had died that day? How would she feel now? Would she still be happy? Sitting out here in the middle of nowhere? Doing Lord knows what.
Well, she did think you were dead.
I mean, if she sees visions of the future, she must have known a lot more than that.
Well, that's possible. All I can say is, all we can do is see where Sister Mary is intending on taking these people with their abilities. I mean, who is she reporting to? What are they doing out here? Is this some sort of just observatory or something? Some training area?
Beyond me.
Well, that's what I'd like to know.
Seems like a whole lot of nothing.
We need to get Gabe and then get out of here. But if there is some connection with the Sisters of Imminence and whatever Wolf Who Leaps Through Fire and Star Lizard were telling us, they could be allies. And they're powerful allies at that.
Mm.
I don't necessarily want to sever our connection here on bad blood, but I understand where you are coming from. And I know that they are not treating Rose the way that she should be.
Absolutely not.
I take issue with that.
You're not here!
I'll take issue with that.
Gussie?
I'll start putting Gussie back in the stable.
Yeah, you set both locks on that one.
Yeah, she's not on the pole anymore.
Son of a-
Yeah, she got you just tied her to a pole. Like that's nothing for her. Like she's just kind of like at the back door, just kind of like nudging her head against it, trying to get the knob to turn. When you decide to look back at her, so you take her and you put her back in the stable, and you guys head back to your rooms, frustrated, feeling tired and angry and all kinds of confusion and frustration, but not seeing much else for it but to just go to sleep and try and get through this. And so night falls, and you guys make yourselves as comfortable as possible, and you go to sleep. Boop, you go to sleep.
That's rain, right?
The birds out here are.
Rosaline, at some point during the night, you hear some whispering from outside of your window. And it pulls you from sleep because you hear your name being whispered. You hear something saying, Rosaline. And when you wake up, you hear, Rosaline, it's me. Can you hear me? It's Cassidy. Rosaline.
Cassidy.
For those of you who have not read Rosaline's Wikipedia entry, that is her younger sister.
Oh.
Rosaline, listen, I don't want anyone to hear us, but I heard in Denver where you'd gone, and I've come looking for you, Rosaline.
Can I look in the window? Out the window?
The window is kind of too high up for you to see out. So unless you shove the bed over like James did earlier.
Well, first I'll say, Cassidy, you can't be outside like that.
Rosaline, just come around to the front of the house. Come on, we need to speak.
All right, just be careful, stay close to the house, and I'll...
James, during the night, you are also awakened from sleep when you hear your name being whispered from outside your window. James, wake up. You in there? James.
My bed is still by the thing. So.
It's Esther. Listen, James, you're in more trouble here than you realize. This place, if I'd known you were going to come here, I'd have tried to stop you.
Esther?
Who else is there with you?
It's just me, Esther.
Just you?
I came out ranging.
James, you're even stupider than I thought. Listen, you got to get out of this house. Now, I've got a steam wagon down here. I need you to come down. Try not to wake anyone up. We got to get you out of here.
All right, Esther. Now, you be careful out there. There's, I don't know how you made it past the.
They're dormant at night. All right. Damn it! You shouldn't be anywhere near. You don't understand anything you're dealing with, James. I told you this. Now come around to the front.
I will. I'll go down the steps.
Howl.
Yeah.
During the night, you are awakened by whispers outside of your window. When you hear them whispering your name, Howl. Howl.
Huh?
Howl. It's Ludie. Listen, I feel awful about that talk we had earlier. That isn't the way I want things to be between us. Will you come out and just walk with me like we used to?
Yeah. I'll be right out. Yeah.
All right, just please come downstairs. I have so much to talk to you about.
I'll be right out. Yeah.
Okay. So, Rosaline, you were awakened first. So you're walking out of your room? Okay. You open the door and you look down the hallway and you see Sister Righteous down the hallway. But she appears to be looking out of a window and she's just kind of standing there, and every now and then her shoulders move. And as you listen, it sounds like she's crying softly and just looking out the window.
Is she the direction of the front door?
She is
by the land, like closer to the stairs. So she's past the stairs, but you're gonna have to walk closer to her to get down the stairs.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to sneak past her.
All right, make a stealth roll. That's a 1 and a 2.
Seems pretty.
Are you gonna use some table curse Spanish gold? Okay. That's a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Not meant to happen.
I'm going to reroll with a fate chip.
Okay, you're gonna spend this red like a white.
Sorry. Yes. Yes. 4! I did it! I'm successful,
Okay,
man.
so you kind of creep down the hallway, and at one point you actually kind of step very lightly on a creaky board, but Sister Righteous doesn't even turn around. She just keeps staring out the window and kind of softly crying, and you head for the stairs and start heading down. James, you walk out of your room and see just the very last bit of Rosaline walking down the stairs, and you also see Sister Righteous standing at a window.
Rose.
She's already gone.
I look at Sister Righteous. She's looking out the window. Out a window.
Yeah.
Is it the same direction where Esther was, where I saw Esther?
No, so it's at the far end, and Esther was outside of your window, which would be another side of the house.
Okay. I see her crying. Or
She
just-
seems to be crying softly. You can't hear anything, but she's moving like she's crying.
I will. Sister Righteous.
She doesn't respond.
All right. I will go down the steps.
Okay. Howl. You open your door and see James disappearing down into the blackness of the stairs. And you also see Sister Righteous. Yours is the closest room to the stairs. And you see her standing at a window down the hall.
I look down both halls and then start approaching the stairs. Do I notice her crying also?
Yeah.
I think my code of honor will be like, no, check on her. So I'm gonna check on her. I'm gonna go up to her and kind of put my hand on her shoulder and be like, are you all... I'm sorry, no, are you all...
Just leave me be. Just go back to sleep. It ain't nothing. I don't sleep well.
I'm gonna step outside for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, all right. And I walk down the stairs.
She doesn't seem to really be listening to you.
Okay.
And you walk down the stairs. So, Rosaline, you get to the bottom of the stairs, and Sister Mary is standing in the foyer, and she turns to you, and she says, whatever it is that you think you heard, do not go outside. And James, you walk down into the tail end of her saying that, and Howl not too long after, really. All three of you.
What?
In so short a time.
Would Ludie call on your window too?
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, why are you down here?
I saw Esther outside.
You saw her.
Yes. Right?
You did.
I didn't? I just heard?
You never looked.
I said my bed was up against the thing.
Right. Oh, so when you said your bed is up against the wall, you meant I stand on it and look out the window?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, yes. You tried to look out there, but if she was standing by the wall of the house, you wouldn't have been able to see her out there.
Okay, cool. Okay. I heard Esther out there. I have no idea how she would know or why she would be out here, but it was clear as day what I heard.
Hold on to that thought, Mr. Bogue. Why would she be here? That doesn't make any sense. Mr. Melton.
It was Ludie. But she clearly said...
Sister Charity is in her room.
But she said she was sorry about the talk we had.
That was not Sister Charity.
What sort of horrible creature or thing or trick you're playing?
I am playing no trick, Miss Byrne. Earlier when I said things follow me, you assumed that I meant just the bugs.
Well, you said more things, so what is this?
I don't know. Some dark shadow. They only come out at night, and there used to be fewer of them, but there used to be more of us.
What does that mean?
More of you?
Have they called out several of your sisters?
They call out to all of us. This is the reason why we can have no attachments. The rising darkness finds whatever it is that we hold dear, whatever weakness we have, no matter how hard our armor may be, and they use it against us. Whatever you all heard, again, in so short a time, you've only been here for one day. They've made their ways into your minds, and they found whatever it is that would get you to do something stupid in a moment of weakness. But you must believe me. Whoever or whatever you heard is not present. Now please, just return to your rooms and try to sleep.
How many more days do we have here? I don't want to have any part
Sister
of
Charity
something
said just 2 more. Just listen, I don't want you to be here any longer than you need to be.
Things have been weird for us, but this is very constant here.
Miss Byrne, you've been here for all of 2 days.
That's my point.
We have lived here for months. I have lived here for years. So I understand that this is difficult for you, but please understand that this is what we deal with on a daily basis.
That's fine. I don't care what you deal with. I don't want to be a part of it. I've had enough of this. I don't need people impersonating my sister.
It's not
who's
safe
back
to
in
leave,
Boston.
Miss Byrne.
I'm not going to leave.
Will
I
the
just
rest of
don't
you
want to
please
do
try
this
and talk
anymore.
some sense into this woman?
There is no sense that needs
I
to
am
be
at
talked
my limit
into.
with her.
I can't deal with any of this. And she's just going to go back upstairs.
And as this is happening, Sister Vengeance comes rushing down the stairs, just screaming. And there are tears just running down her face, and she just blows past you. She comes out of nowhere, too quick for any of you to react, and blows right past Sister Mary, who doesn't even realize quite what's happening before Sister Vengeance has thrown the front door open and has run out into the night. And Sister Mary says, "Sister Vengeance, no!" And she rushes out after her.
I rush after her.
And you hear activity from upstairs. You hear other people coming down the stairs. So you guys run out?
Yes.
Do I have my gun?
You haven't gotten it back.
Yeah. I'll run out.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around to everything that's going on. My curiosity will get the better of me, but
Okay.
I'm not. I'm. All of this is too much.
Sister Mercy, and who you recognize, although you haven't seen her before now, as Ludie Melton, from the one time you met in Coldwater Creek, come rushing down the stairs, and they look at you and they say, "What's going on?"
I don't know. One of your sisters just ran out the door.
Oh my gosh, no.
Crying.
And they run past you and run out the door. So Sister Mary is out on the front porch, and Sister Vengeance is out in the darkness of the front yard. Now there are lights. There are lanterns out that Sister Mary has lit on the front porch that are casting a small amount of light out into the blackness of the night. But Sister Vengeance is at the edge of that, and Sister Mary is saying, "Sister, please, think about what you're doing. Please, you know what is happening. Just stop now and come inside. You've seen this before. Come inside."
Okay, I'll walk over there. At all.
And you guys are just kind of on the porch behind Sister Mary, and Sister Vengeance turns around, and her eyes are just red-rimmed and puffy, and there are tears running down her face, and she says, "No, it's Evelyn. She needs me. Sister Vengeance, that is not your daughter. Your daughter is dead. Sister Vengeance, no." "No, she isn't. She's here. She's telling me that you're telling me lies. You're telling all of us lies. Sister Vengeance, please calm down."
I want to cast Puppet on her.
On who?
Sister Vengeance.
Okay. Are you spending points or are you dealing?
I'm going to spend points.
Okay.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I still have my fatigue, it's 5.
Your fatigue is gone at this point, so it's a 6.
Okay, and she opposes that, right, with spirit?
Yes, let me double check. Wait, why can I not keep track of where I put all my powers? But yes, I believe that is true. Spirit.
She also got a 6. And so in a tie,
And I can't re-roll at this point?
no,
Okay.
nothing changes. So your cards flame to your hand, and Sister Mary whips her head around and looks at you when that happens. But already you're casting, you hold up one card and throw it fluttering out, glowing like a firefly into the night, and it kind of flutters over and lands in front of Sister Vengeance's face and starts to move against her head. But you feel another consciousness kind of push back against you, and you see the shadows in the night grow darker as your card is kind of pushed away from her, and then it just kind of crumbles to darkness in front of her, and Sister Vengeance looks up and says, all of you are trying to keep me from her, but I can't let that happen. And she pulls a match from out of her dress and just flicks it to light with her fingers, and all of the other sisters step back, and we are in combat.
Wow.
James Bogue?
No.
You don't want that. How about a Jack of Hearts? Can I interest you?
I'll take it.
Queen of Hearts or Queen of Clubs for Howell?
Sounds good.
6 of Diamonds for Rosaline. Hoo boy. Okay, for Sister Mary. Oh man, this is gonna get confusing.
Should I say it right now, Jordan? We might go long.
Sister Mary. For Sister Vengeance. 2.
Can't seem to get a good night's sleep when we go out.
For
I haven't slept in like 3 months.
Sister Mercy, an ace. And for Sister Charity, a 6. All right, Sister Mercy is up first. And she says, now, Sister Vengeance, don't do anything rash. Okay, just come back here. I can tell you're all mixed up in your head. Just come back. None of you hurt her. All right, this isn't her. And she spends her round trying to speak placatingly to Sister Vengeance, who is just focusing on the flame. Howl, you're up next.
I want to dash up to her and grab her.
Okay, so you're gonna run out into the dark and try and grab her.
Yes.
Okay, so make a fighting roll.
Okay. It's a 5.
Okay, you gonna keep it?
No, that's pretty crappy.
Curse Spanish Gold, reroll.
That is a 6.
A 6.
Yes.
Okay.
This doesn't count as unarmed strike, right?
No, this is a grapple. You're trying to grab her, so this is opposed fighting.
One more.
One more. All right, why not? Once you pop, the fun don't stop. That is a critical failure.
Oh, don't.
But I keep the highest,
You
right?
keep the highest.
Oh, shit.
6.
So a 6.
Yeah.
That is 2 5s. I'm gonna spend a piece of Curse Spanish
but I
Gold
just
to
gave it
reroll
to you.
that. I know that's
Darn
worse.
asshole.
It's a 3 and a
It's
1.
worse.
I'll spend a piece of Curse Spanish Gold to re-roll that.
It's like I'm fueling him.
You are.
Double ace!
Double
ace.
Come on.
2 aces.
The ace of
One
days.
more.
God damn. Jesus.
So that's a
Suplexes
that's a
me.
15. So you come up and try and grab her, and she just watches you come with a steadiness in her eyes that you haven't seen before now. And as you come up and try and rush her, she just kind of slides to the side out of your grasping arms, and you actually stumble past her into the darkness. And now that you're out here, you suddenly feel the presence of things out here in the darkness. And you see, as you look up, that there are shadows here that are moving. Make a guts roll for me, please.
Cool guts roll.
At a -4.
You never made a guts roll against those bugs.
Yeah, you didn't have time. -4.
But
You
they
can
were
add
in
your
our
grit, right?
Yes.
But they were in our guts.
Yeah, I know.
It's a guts roll.
Yeah.
Come on.
They do enough.
This is 5 plus my grit, you said?
So -4 plus your grit, so effectively a -1.
Oh, then I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, so you managed to keep it together, but you realize there are things out here in the darkness, and you can hear them whispering, and you feel them like pulling at your brain. James spoke.
Rose, I don't know what you've been thinking, but you need to focus. We need you. Don't worry about Gabe. You need to focus in this moment.
I'll allow it. Roll 2d6.
Okay.
Actually, James, roll 2d6.
There you go. Now don't snake eyes this. Nice.
Oh,
8.
nice, thank you.
So James says this, and you feel the tiredness and the frustration and the confusion of the past couple days just lift off you, and you feel them replaced with a singularity of purpose that just focuses your mind, and you feel like you can tap into reserves of power. You know this is going to cost you later, but you are feeling ready.
You're right, James. You're right. There's something else going on here. Just a lot at once, but we can help this woman.
And I need a gun.
Who are you saying that to?
To whichever sister's closest to me.
Sister Mary?
Yeah.
You will not shoot her.
I don't want to shoot her. I want to shoot what's coming at us.
It won't help. If you can't get her back, then just stay safe here.
You're out there?
Yeah, it's Spooksville. James. Spooksville.
You saw him rush at her and then just stumble past her out into the darkness a bit.
I'll run out to try and grab him.
So you're gonna run past Sister Vengeance.
I'll run out and try and grab her. I'll try and grab her.
Okay,
Yes.
make a fighting roll.
Perfect.
Bye, things.
You got him fitting. You good. Nice.
It's a 6, but I think I could do better.
Make it. It's a 4.
It did work.
Oh my.
Are you
that's
gonna
a
use
red.
that as a red? Or are you gonna use
No.
it as a white?
It's a reroll.
Okay, so you're just spending this red as a white.
Yes.
Fate chip mutations are confusing.
Oh my. I don't know why I sounded like Mickey. Ace!
There's an ace.
That's an ace, baby.
9.
9.
Okay. Sticking with it?
Yes.
I'm gonna spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll that.
You rolled 2 2s.
I did. Now I rolled a 3 and a 4. I'll spend one more piece of cursed Spanish gold.
You're just looking for aces,
So
aren't
3
you?
and a 4. Okay, I'm going to spend one of my fate. I'm going to spend this white fate chip to re-roll that. It's 3 and a 4. Wow. I'll spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Oh my god.
There's an
Ace!
There's an
There it is.
He's looking for it.
Hunting for aces.
There's an 11. All right. So same thing. You go running up for her, and again, as you try and grab her, she just sort of steps to the side in a way that you were totally completely not prepared for, and you stumble past her right next to Howl, and you too see the shapes moving around in the darkness. Make a guts roll for me.
Then we hold each other and say, "Oh,
So
geez, Scoob."
I think you make it a no penalty,
No
right?
penalty.
Okay.
That's not my name.
5. All right, so you see them out here and you're aware of them, and you see that Howl sees them too, and you both sort of freeze, and you look at each other in recognition of what's going on.
Well, we did.
What's going on?
And in your card,
Because I don't know.
spades go before you go last on
think
the
I'm
sixes.
last, yeah.
Okay, so Sister Mary again says, Sister Vengeance, please. You're putting other people in danger. Please, just come back inside. We are not lying to you. They are lying to you. Just come inside and let us talk where it's safe. And then very, very quietly, so you guys can't hear it, you can, she turns to Sister Mercy and says, if this doesn't work, I want you to get in her head. Sister Charity, that would be Ludie Melton, just comes running up, and she looks to you like she's about to appeal to
Sister Vengeance as well, but then she sees Howl go run off into the darkness, and you see her just go rigid and her face goes white, and you just hear her whisper his name, and she just runs down off after Howl into the dark. So Ludie comes running up behind you.
She hates you.
Rosaline,
I'm gonna try to puppet.
Get him, Ghost.
Sister Vengeance.
you're gonna
again.
try and puppet Sister Vengeance again. All right, spending points.
Yes.
Okay,
Do I have the right die? I do. 9.
a 9.
That's pretty good.
Okay,
Aces McClure here. 3 or 4.
I'm gonna spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Some
to
3s
reroll
and
that.
4s here.
A lot of 3s and 4s.
Guys, I
5 and a
these
3.
dice out.
Did you?
before.
Yeah, Don did
see
pick
that.
these dice out.
The ones he aced on like 7 times today.
After spending like every.
I'm gonna spend another piece of cursed Spanish gold here.
Come on! I just want to puppet this woman.
I'm gonna spend another piece of cursed Spanish gold
Wow,
here.
he has so many. There's gotta be a limit for these. Come on.
They're gone now. It's a 3 and a
They're
1.
gone. We did it.
So the highest one I rolled was a 4 and a 3.
My plan worked.
So I am going to add a d6 to that. A 6. And then I'm going to use one of Sister Vengeance's fate chips to re-roll that.
What? What the hell? What in tarnation?
Actually, no. I'll add a d6 to it.
Oh my god.
Another d6?
You can do
Yeah.
that. You can do that.
No, I'll re-roll it. I'll re-roll it.
If you're the GM, you can do anything.
Yeah, clearly.
It says that at the beginning of the book. Oh, he aced.
Hey, it's an ace.
Aced one.
It's just an ace.
9, 3. That is a 12. So again, the card goes floating out,
power
and
later.
again, you feel the darkness surge in, although you guys see it this time. You see these dark shapes kind of move in from the sides, and just tendrils of shadow reach out and just sort of negate whatever it is Rosaline is trying to do with this floating card, and it just crumbles to ash in front of her. Handing you a card, thank you. Sister Vengeance whips her head around and looks at the 3 of you behind her and looks back at everyone there and says, no more lies! And the fire on the match just floats up out of the match and starts to expand in front of her. Whew, that's an 8. And she lays down. The flame splits as she just stares at it, and it shoots down into the ground on either side of her, and just kind of surrounds her in a semicircle with an opening in front of her that splits you guys from the house and splits you from them, so that she has a straight shot to move out into the darkness. And then she just screams from inside of this circle of flame.
I just realized we're an X-Men. This is X-Men that's happening.
Ace of clubs.
Ooh, ace of clubs.
5 of diamonds.
All right, I
Make a
guess.
win.
How about a 3 of hearts?
It's not a good one.
Sister Mary, King of
Ooh.
Spades. Sister Vengeance, Ace of Diamonds. Sister Mercy, 10 of Clubs. Sister Charity,
Please.
Diamonds beats Clubs. So she is screaming inside of the circle of flame, and then she just stops, and she says, "I feel you in there, Sister Mercy." And she turns and looks back at the porch, and she pulls somehow some of the fire out of the ring around her, and it just starts to build up in her palm, and she slings it at Sister Mercy. Yep. So it goes flying off at Sister Mercy.
That's a 2 and a 1.
That is a 2 and a 1, and that's a damage roll. I can't re-roll that. And just kind of bursts right in front of her, and flame just kind of shoots all around her, and she cowers, but she doesn't seem to be hurt by it. And then Sister Vengeance runs out of the opening she left in the circle of flame and starts running just dead out into the darkness. Will you two make a notice roll for me? This is retroactive for when she started up this circle of flame.
7.
5.
5. You both notice that when these flames rise up around her, it gets much brighter in that area, and you see the shadows like just instinctively like back away as though the light is like they're shrinking from it violently, and they pull back into the dark. So she runs off out of the circle of flames into the darkness. Next up is James Bogue.
I yell back at Sister Mary. You have any more torches? Any more light? Any more lanterns? Anything?
We can gather some.
Bring everything you have and light them, and we can go after her. They seem to be shirking away from the light.
All right, just stop her.
I will try and rush tackle her or something. I'm just going to try and
Make another fighting roll.
Ace!
Ace! Nice.
11.
Oh, yeah.
11. Okay.
He's out of gold now.
I am out of gold.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 2 and a 1. So you tackle her. She is running out into the dark, and she is outside of the range of the light that's being cast. She's like reaching out into the darkness, and you hear her screaming the name Evelyn, and then you just grab her about the waist and just force her down to the ground, and she is just thrashing and kicking and trying to scratch at your face, but you have her subdued for now. She'll get a chance to try and escape. Next up is Sister Mary. So she says, "You heard him. Quick, inside, get anything we can light." And she runs inside, and you hear crashing and rummaging from inside Rosaline. And then she emerges with just like some pillows and just like she has those, and she just starts trying to tear them open and like pull the stuffing out so she can just use the cloth. She just got whatever was immediately at hand. Sister Charity is out with you, and she says, "Hal, just get back up to the porch. All right, this isn't safe. You're not safe here. Get back into the light."
I will do no such thing while James is out there. I'm going.
Oh,
after
you
her.
are so difficult. And she reaches out in front of her and just grabs a handful of tall, waving prairie grass and just pulls a chunk of it up, and then she just reaches back behind her and just brushes it through the wall of semicircular flame that's behind her until it's a light. And it is light up there, but it's burning very rapidly down towards her hand, and she runs off after James and Sister Vengeance.
She likes me more.
Sister Mercy is not quite shaken, but she's thrown off by the bolt of flame that was thrown after her, and she just kind of looks and sees what Sister Mary is doing, and she walks over to what looks like a porch chair, and she just picks it up and just shatters it on the ground, and yeah, just starts trying to pull those pieces up. Hal Melton.
I'm gonna run towards James and yell at Ludie like, "Hold the light, and you hold her," and I'm gonna grab her legs. I want to help him essentially, just like he'll hold the top part, I'll hold the bottom part, and just start dragging her.
Okay, all right. So she's trying to kick. Make a fighting roll at a +2 because he's already got her tackled down, but she's not. She's still screeching and trying desperately to wrench herself free.
Perf.
Ace!
Yeah, it's good because that was a 1 on your fighting die.
Ooh, that's a 10.
10. Okay, and that's a +2. That's a 12.
Oh, it's a 12.
All right,
35.
yeah, I can't beat that. All right, so you grab her by the feet, and you guys together are able to lift her up off of the ground, and you start pulling her back towards the house.
Yes, yeah.
All right, hand in your card.
Yes, here you go.
Rosaline,
Okay,
try and puppet her again.
Yeah.
I am out of resources
No,
to
I
burn
know.
to stop you.
I had another idea to help, but I think doing puppet, I mean, meta-wise, I have a better chance at succeeding, and I don't know if she could hear me from here if I were to yell to her.
Who?
Sister Vengeance.
She can hear you from here. I mean, she's screaming. There's a lot of chaos happening, but she can probably
I
still
don't know
hear
what
you.
would be better. I feel like it'd be more helpful to puppet for them than it would be my other idea. Also, can I taunt? I can taunt in battle, right?
Yeah.
But I only have a D4. I don't know what would be better. I guess I'll try to puppet. I have a better roll for that. My other idea is more fun. Where's my other die?
Well, what's your fun idea?
I wanted to basically try to, you stole my die, taunt her into I guess it would be taunt, but just saying like I saw Evelyn in the house. Like
That's
they
not
have her in the
taunt.
house. It wouldn't be taunt.
That would be
that'd
persuade. You can't use persuade in combat.
Okay.
Only Gabriel
Then
can.
it won't work. So I will puppet. So I will.
You're gonna spend that last
Puppet.
piece of table curse banish gold?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's a critical failure.
Nick eyes.
This is the only thing.
This
I
is
can
a
use,
white
right?
fate chip, so
Yeah.
re-roll that.
Ah!
There's
Okay,
a 9.
There's a 9. There's a 9.
There's a 9. Okay, so that is your spirit roll. Your card goes floating out, and finds its way in between the thrashing and twined shapes that are Howl and James trying desperately to grab Sister Vengeance and pull her inside, and it finds its way through, and you see it finally enter her face.
Oh, what's that?
It happens much quicker for you guys than it does for Rosaline. All of the light here is keeping those shadows at bay, and they're not able to exert their will as much as they were earlier. And all of a sudden, Sister Vengeance goes slack in your arms. What do you want her to do?
So yes, I want her to just stop fighting, and I want her to say, I don't know how this works. So I can make her say something, right?
You can make her do whatever
I want her
you
to
want.
say, "It's okay. I'll go inside now," and then depending upon if you guys let her go, she'll walk inside. I want her to walk inside and go into one of the rooms, and I'm going to follow her and lock the door. Or if they carry her in, I'll tell them that when they get close to me.
Okay, so she goes slack in your arms and just stops screaming as you guys are walking her to the house, and she says, "It's okay. I'll go inside now."
No, thank you.
Okay, so you guys don't let her go, but she offers no resistance as you pull her into the house.
Double time.
Well done, Rosalie. Hand in your
Thank
card.
you.
All right. At this point, since she is kind of, and you're not telling her to do anything that's going to cause harm to herself, so she's not going to get a chance to try and shake this off again. So the other women have started wrapping the cloth from the pillows around these splintered chair pieces, and they're just running out into the yard and using the dying circle of fire to light them. And they're just kind of standing around you guys on all sides and just waving the torches into the night as you guys pull Sister Vengeance up onto the porch and into the house.
Well, once they come past me, say, "I have control of her. If you take her up to a room, we can lock her in."
We'll talk later, but yes, that's fine now. Get inside,
I
get
was talking-
inside. So you guys back in, and Rosaline, you catch sight of these flitting shapes in the darkness. They look unnatural. Sometimes they look like people. And you hear from time to time in your head these angry whispers with no discernible words as you back yourself into the house. Will you make a guts roll for me, please?
Oh,
Yes.
let's get guts on it.
Gussie?
It's -1,
Gus?
effectively.
So, effectively minus 4.
That is a success, and you're able to gird yourself against that. And you kind of wait until everyone is back behind you, and then Sister Mary and you are the only two left out there, and her torch is burning down, and she looks at you, and she drops the torch, and you guys run back inside, and you close, and she throws the bolt on the door. Get away from the walls, get away from any windows. We need to be quick into the sitting room, Everyone.
All right, yeah, we'll take everybody there.
So are you guys pulling Sister Vengeance there? Or are you taking her up to a room to lock her in?
No, we should bring her with us.
If they want to, I'll do whatever Sister Mary wants to do.
Bring her in. Take any. She keeps matches in her pocket. Take them out.
All right, yeah, take those out.
Give them to me.
All right.
Give them to me.
All right.
And she takes them out into another room, and just
But-
you hear noise of some sort, like her throwing them in a cabinet or something.
I have control over her for 3 rounds, whatever the equivalent.
Sure, that's ending at this point.
Okay.
So you can
I would keep
maintain it, right?
I would maintain it for as long as it seemed like I needed
You
to.
got about like maybe 20 or 30 seconds all told.
Okay, then as I'm maintaining it, I will say, is there somewhere we need to put her or something you need to do? Because I will lose control very quickly.
Just in a chair. Restrain her in a chair.
I'll
all
have
right,
her
yeah,
go
let's tie her down.
sit in a chair.
Yeah, we'll just rope or something?
We have no rope. Just hold her for now. I'll
Yeah.
go find rope, but just hold her.
You hold her arm.
Where is Sister Mercy? Sister Righteous. Where is she? And Sister Mercy leaves and goes to find Sister Righteous. They come back, and Sister Righteous is just kind of trailing after her, looking like just all the fight's gone out of her. But Sister Mercy has rope, and as Sister Vengeance starts to regain her senses and starts to cry out, you guys are able to tie her up and keep her in place. Ludie is just kind of standing back watching all of this. And she comes up to you, Howl, and she says, Howl, can we speak in another room?
Why can't we talk right here?
Please, can you just talk with me out here?
All right, yeah, yeah.
So you guys are trying to calm, everyone is trying to calm Sister Vengeance down, and you guys have her tied up. And as Howl and Ludie leave the room, Sister Mercy goes over and she sits right in front of Sister Vengeance and she puts her hands on her knees and she just looks up into her face. And you just see Sister Vengeance, she just starts screeching and baring her teeth at her, and then all of a sudden her face just goes slack. And she just kind of collapses back into her chair and just stares into nothingness. And Sister Mercy says, I think that she'll be quiet for a little while now.
What is it that you did to her?
I kind of turned her off.
How did you do that?
Well, it's complicated.
Can you turn her back on again?
I can.
Can you teach someone that?
Sister Mary stands over and says, Miss Byrne, now is not the time. And no, this cannot be taught.
I apologize, it just was interesting is all.
Ludie pulls you out into the other room, Howl. And you can hear the relative quiet peacefulness of the night outside, and she says, Howl, I typically see a few days into the future.
All right.
Not more than a week. Not long after I came here, I was fighting. I was never gonna stop. I was gonna get back to you. I was not gonna go along with whatever craziness they were talking about. I was gonna get back to you. But I saw something, and it was much further than I had ever seen before. You and I were gonna have a child, Howl. We were gonna have a little girl, and she was gonna be strong, like you, but she was going to be special, like me. And these things, these dark things, they were gonna find her when she was young, and they were going to make her think that they were her friends, and they were going to take her away from us. And she was going to ruin people. She was going to burn this entire world to the ground. And I saw that, Howl, and I know it sounds crazy, but I saw it, and I knew it was true. And I knew that Sister Mary was right. And I knew that I could never let that happen. And that's why I can't be with you, Howl. I have a part to play here. Sister Mary is teaching us how to use our abilities. She is pulling us together. She's building an army, Howl. And we're going to fight back this darkness that she sees, that I saw. But I can't fight it if it's our child, Howl. And I can't fight it if every night I have to hear your voice outside my window begging me to come home. So I had to let go of those feelings. But I saw you in trouble tonight, and I can't do it, Howl. I can't hold on to this strength that I have found, this peace that I have found when you're around.
Oh, Ludie. I kind of motion to move towards her and kind of give her a hug.
She lets you. She hugs you back.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you know? I couldn't tell you.
I know you couldn't tell me before,
You wouldn't have
but
believed me even if I had.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's been a strange
I know.
few.
I know.
I'm sorry about. I didn't believe you, and I know now I know I was wrong. I'm sorry.
How? Shut up. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to be the gentleman here. You don't have to take this away. I have hurt you. And I am sorry. But we just can't be together.
Did you catch your name?
I don't recall. I've tried not to think on it. There was a name, I think, but it doesn't bear dwelling on, Howl. It's a future that we cannot let happen.
Was it Clara? That's what I would have named her.
Howl, please, this is hard enough as it is. Now,
Yeah.
Howl, I don't want things to be this way. This is not the life I would have chosen for us. I just wanted to live with you on our ranch and raise a family.
Yeah, I mean that's all I wanted too, is a simple life with the woman I loved. But that's all behind us now, I guess. And listen, I get it. We can't be together because we're gonna raise some sort of hellraiser.
Howl.
I get it. I get it. All right. But just because I'm leaving doesn't mean I'm gonna be stopping. I'm gonna fight just like you. This is something we could do together.
We can't do this in the same place together, but it is something that we can both do. We can both fight, Howl. And maybe if there's some way for us to beat this thing, then maybe someday we can be together again.
All right. That's what I gotta do.
Just know that as much as I have to bury it, for the safety of myself and my sisters. You saw what happened with Sister Vengeance tonight. She was luckier than some of the others have been. But as much as I bury it down deep,
It's okay. You don't gotta say it.
I want to. I want you to hear it, and I want you to remember it. I love you, Hal Milton. And I always will. And I am so sorry. And she just kind of turns and just goes up the stairs to her room.
I love you too, Ludie. I love you too. I walk back into the room with them.
And a couple days pass, and Gabriel rejoins you, and he seems slightly different somehow. He seems somewhat different. And it's a quiet few days in this lonely house, and you make use of the time the best you can. You don't see Ludie again. You guys spend a little time just helping out around the house, and a few days later, a cold snap comes just as Sister Charity knew that it would. And Sister Mary lets you know that it should be enough to drive the bugs back underground, at least for a little bit. And she wishes you all good luck. And the four of you leave on your horses.
Before I leave, can I go back into her room and grab my wedding ring?
Yeah. And that's where we will end tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for your tips. So much was unlocked. A second glimpse was indeed, as Megan predicted at the very beginning, another chance for Howl to catch just a glimpse of Ludie and be sure that she was here. Because the scene in the dining room was supposed to be much less informative than it ended up being, thanks to the timely play of that adventure card. No, that's what they're for. They're for you guys kind of taking a little things out of my hands, and I think it worked out well. Sorry again for running over time. There's just, these guys do good stuff, and I like to watch them do stuff, and I'm not going to apologize for that. But thank you for being here with us, guys. We very much appreciate you guys going through this with us.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick before we go, if you enjoy the show, if you want more people to know about it, if you want to join us here, thank you whoever gave bits. It hasn't
was
popped up yet.
Melise.
Melise, thank you very much for the bits.
Thank you for the bits.
You can share about the show, and you can tag Saving Throw. You can also use the hashtag WildcardsRPG to talk about the show. We'd very much appreciate it. We have also started releasing our older episodes as podcasts. A lot of people have been asking us for that. They want to watch the episodes, but they don't have the time to sit down and watch them on YouTube. They want to listen to them. So they're not intended to be podcasts. We haven't done heavy editing, but we're just putting that out there for the people who it's easier for them to listen to it than it is to watch it. We're going to be working our way through the back catalog of seasons, and then we're going to catch up and start releasing these.
Yeah, they come out. Until we catch up with the back catalog, they're coming out twice a week. So they come out for Patreon a week early. So they season 1, episode 0 and 1 are out on Patreon, and starting next Monday they will be out for everybody. Starting with episode 0, of course, and it will go like that: Monday, Thursday, and Patreon will get them a week early until we catch up, and then we'll go from there.
Exactly. And then also, I just want to remind you guys, we have 4 more days on the Saving Throw TeePublic sale, right?
No.
4 more.
No.
Well, probably not anymore. It was hours.
Yeah, it was hours.
4 more hours.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Never mind, that's over.
You might-
I totally screwed the pooch on that one.
I think you might have like a half an hour left.
Half an hour?
If you want a Saving Throw t-shirt, there might be half an hour left on that TeePublic
Do it
sale.
now.
There's
Yeah.
Saving Throw, there's Wildcards, there's Iron, there's a lot of
There should be a link if you scroll down below the video. If you're watching in the Twitch client, you should be able to find a link to our TeePublic store. Check it out. If you want a Saving Throw shirt, they're on sale right now for maybe in the next 25 minutes or so. Thank you guys for being here. All of us have Twitter accounts for our characters. We're going to be doing some between session RP. Maybe you'll figure out a little bit more about what Gabriel Pryor was up to in this time. You can find me at wildcards_GM. Megan is at wildcards_Meg. Gaurav is at wildcards_GXG. Dom is at wildcards_Dom, and Jordan is at wildcards_JP. So be sure and give those a follow and keep an eye on them, because we're going to be doing some stuff in between this session and the next. Do you guys have anything real quick that you want to plug? Real quick. Just one thing. Top of mind.
I would just say experience pointers. It's the 3 of us. It's our podcast, GM Podcast. You can find us at Twitter at EXP Pointers Pod, and we do come out a week early on Saving Throw Show Patreon as well.
Yes.
I got nothing. I'm full of emotions.
All right.
My emotions.
A lot of
That was a
emotions.
lot.
You do it.
Okay, be sure and tune in on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time for Tempting Fate. It's going to be the second part of their Evil Dead arc, and there will be a cameo by not just Meghan Caves, but by Rosaline Byrne as well. It looks like they're going back to the Old West, and this is going to be a non-canonical crossover with the Wildcards crew. And if you like this crossover, keep hanging out here at Saving Throw. We might have some news down the line for you.
Oh.
But, Dom, do you have anything else? Do you have anything else?
No, thank you guys. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much.
This
Thank you
first
much.
mystery box draw will be
Yeah.
coming into effect next time. So this was a good one. You
Dope.
won the pick a number game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
did it.
You get a fate chip next time. But there's some other things to plumb in the box of mystery. Thank you guys for unlocking that. We will see you next week, next Friday, same time, same channel. We leave you with finger guns. Pew, 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 pew.